well, maybe Dan's just a perfectionist. Dan, my God, I wouldn't have paid him a dime. Did you pay them sight unseen? Is that the problem?
The thing is, most companies do. They charge up front. You pay them when they get there.
Oh, man.
Anyway, if they come back and they don't do anything, then he can still take them to small claims court. He has nothing to lose because it's not a product that he has in his hands.
That's right. Now, here's what I would do, Dan. Deputy Doc is going to call you. All right, 303-713-TALK. And I want to say something. Excel Cleaning Services. Never complaints. We've had them on our referral list for years. And they even do light maintenance and painting. Excel Cleaning Services. Right, Suze? That's who you use. That's who I use. That's who we use. Excel Cleaning Services. More coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Standard driving throughout the Denver Metro with a few slowdowns out there. Into downtown, I-25 southbound showing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Cole.
We see it in our industry. Even the car industry, people are asking for customers to pay now up front. Because all the parts that I've ever ordered in the past, that customer canceled, just send it back. Now they're charging me a 40% restock fee.
Really?
Half the cost of the part just to put it back on the damn shelf. It's crazy.
Do you have a choice on with whom you do business?
Yeah, we're a little limited compared to being up here, but we do a lot of business from people up here. We do a lot with Baja, Honda, and Acura, Groove up here, Lexus up here, BMW up here, because our people down there suck. The Honda dealer in the Springs, Freedom Honda, he just got to do this.
You know how I love garage coatings? I talked about garage floors. Those
epoxy floors are really polyaspartic floors. Garage Kings, one of the companies I highly endorse, no money down ever, and they guarantee their finishes for life if you want a beautiful garage floor, or, hey, you want to spread that out to your commercial buildings as well, or your walkways, patios, pool decks. Garage Kings can help you. They're good people. You'll love the floors. 720-252-0370. And if you want countertops, theartofgranite.com. Now, The Art of Granite does more than granite. They do any natural stone. They're direct stone importers. They also do man-made materials. They pledge to sell you materials at wholesale, and you only pay for the fabrication and installation. In fact, they tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen. And here's the deal. You can get a price on the phone because they're happy to share with you their affordable way of doing business and their great deals. The Art of Granite right out in Golden. If you ever want to go see the showroom, they'll invite you there. But call them first, get a price. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Meet one of the biggest advancements in the history of teeth since, well, teeth. Renew is a revolutionary whole mouth teeth replacement process that only takes one day. Just call 1-833-DO-RENEW. If you have loose or missing teeth or dentures that just don't work for you, call 1-833-DO-RENEW. In one day, you can walk out with a healthier mouth and a beautiful new smile, guaranteed. Call 1-833-DO-RENEW to talk with a consultant and see if Renew is right for you. Renew. Science with a smile.
Dave Logan with Dr. Eric Dorniger from Blue Sky CBD. Doctor, tell us why Blue Sky CBD is different.
Guaranteed purity and potency, 0 THC, third-party tested, and budget, lowest cost per milligram.
Talk to us a little bit more about potency. We know that Blue Sky is different from other leading CBD brands.
Yeah, we have dosages meant to affect clinical outcomes. Max release is 5,000 milligrams of CBD and CBG per isolated molecules as compared to other brands. Our cost per milligram is on average 30% less.
And finally, I've been using Blue Sky CBD for the last couple of years. How should people decide which product is actually the best for them?
We love the original for everyday maintenance, mood, and wellness. Max release, chronic and severe pain. Pro for that athlete and all of us, peak performance and advanced recovery. And the sleep, the most potent sleep formula on the market.
Try it. You'll love it. Use promo code Denver for 30% off your next order. And check them out online at bluesky-cbd.com.
Attention homeowners age 62 or older. Are rising costs and the uncertainty of inflation affecting your peace of mind? There may be a solution for you that millions of homeowners are already taking advantage of. A federally insured home equity conversion mortgage, or HECM, is designed to help older homeowners combat the impacts of inflation by eliminating your monthly mortgage payment and positively impacting your cash flow. To learn more about this program and to find out if you qualify, call the HECM helpline at 800-946-1664. Put your mind at ease and call Colorado-based Cherry Creek Mortgage at 800-946-1664. That's 800-946-1664. Or visit cherrycreekreverse.com. Cherry Creek Mortgage, LLC, NMLS number 3001, Equal Housing Opportunity. Borrowers must maintain the property, taxes, insurance, and HOA dues. This material is not from HUD or FHA, nor approved, endorsed by, or on behalf of any government agency. For licensing, visit www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Fall is for planting, and the Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale continues. Buy the first tree at regular price and get a second tree for only 50 cents. Choose from thousands of carryout-sized shade trees, flowering trees, evergreen trees, and more. Buy one 4-year-old number 7 container shade or flowering tree for $269.50 and get another tree for 50 cents. That's 2 trees for $270. Mix or match from 40 varieties.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Hey, I love talking about good people and Premier Window Washing. Man, these guys are great. Here's the message. It's very simple. You will never do better than Premier Window Cleaning Services and Pressure Washing. They do it all. If you hire them to do your home windows, you'll never get a better price and better service ever. And when they do your windows, they do inside and out, and they do all the glass in your home, including shower doors and mirrors. That's standard service for the price. Also, pressure washing services for garages, walkways, siding, whatever you need. They're 2 young guys, started out of high school. They built to a wonderful company. I love helping them. WeCleanWindows.co. WeCleanWindows.co. Great prices, but they work their asses off, and I've never had a better job done ever. 303-564-5574. 564-5574. Now, we'll continue and help you any way we can. And again, we have a rental problem. Rental problems are becoming quite, what should I say, ubiquitous. They're all over. Everybody's affected that rents. Landlords, let me tell you what's happening. A lot of landlords are not renewing leases. They're just getting out of the business completely, or they're raising rents, and they're not even bothering trying to renegotiate old leases. Some landlords are kind of getting rid of tenants if they've ever used any COVID relief or ever used COVID as an excuse, and they couldn't evict them before. They're evicting them now. Other landlords are just, I don't know how to put it. There's more evictions now, or more non-renewals, I should say, than I've ever heard before. Maybe if you're a landlord, you'll tell me why you're doing it. But Andrew sent us some paperwork and has, I believe, a couple issues on rental issues. What's going on, Andrew?
Yes, I applied for an extension to the emergency rental application.
Andrew, can you explain to me because there were different programs, and I just want to make sure I'm up to speed. What kind of emergency rental assistance are we talking about? Was it the COVID?
No, just I'm on restricted Social Security, and I got hit with several other.
So, Andrew, who provided the emergency rental assistance?
The company called Emergency Rental Assistance. The guys who approved it was Jonathan Estrella, who I've been trying to get.
Well, is this? But you have to help me. Is it a state, a county, a city? Who runs it?
It's a state-approved activity in Colorado.
Okay. Okay. So you were on emergency rental assistance since when?
Last year. I got approved in March for some small amount. It ran out of money. I got into trouble with my car and several other expenses, and I applied 9 weeks ago for an extension. And
so in March of 2021, you started getting this, and how long did it last?
No. March of 2022. I applied in March 21, but they approved 5 months rent in March of 22.
Oh, my goodness. So in March of 22, they approved assistance for 5 months. Now, let me ask this. Was that for 5 months going forward or 5 months that you had missed?
5 months going forward.
Got it.
Ran out in August. I applied in late August for another 3 months because of some very, very disastrous...
I got it. Okay, hold on, and we'll come right back to you, all right? Don't go away. Let's figure out what we can do to help you. You know, we'll see, okay? 303-713-TALK. Anyone else? Car problems or other problems? Give us a call. 303-713-8255.
Help shape the future of some of the world's best-known brands. PepsiCo is now hiring supply chain operators.
Just got approved? That's a long time to... If you're in that much trouble, how do you go for a year without... I don't even understand that, but... I don't know.
Decide who you'd like to become. Come grow at PepsiCo. Apply today at PepsiCoJobs.com. That's PepsiCoJobs.com. Equal Opportunity Employer.
How long have you been...
Roland? This is the Tom Martino Show?
So I...
Good, how are you doing, Roland?
My uncle bought when he moved here in '82.
Good. Let's get you in queue so you can talk about this Boulder Dodge issue, okay? Valley Dodge issue, okay? You're going to listen through the phone, and when you hear your name, come on and tell Tom what's going on. We're on break right now, but you shouldn't be long. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. I actually just refinanced last year. I'm coming up on the year mark because I'm getting ready to rent it. So I'm going to buy another one and rent that one out. So that's why I'm listening to it, because it sounds like you've bought in a couple houses. I don't want to make those. Learn from others' mistakes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's some good people down there. I just think that's my next move for me to build in my arsenal. I want a couple houses to rent.
What
So
is that?
My mortgage broker, and he just said if you live there for a year, then you can rent it out after a year, but you have to live in it for a year. It's occupied for a year, you don't have to give as much down. So if you, yeah, exactly. So as long as you stay in there a year, it's okay to rent it out. Yeah.
If you get a loan and immediately rent it out, they'll call that fraud.
Or you have to pay a certain amount down because now it's a rental property.
Tom, I'd like to put in for Mark's part-time position. Where can I send a resume?
So I said, okay, I'll just buy 3 houses each year and move, and then maybe around my 4th or 5th, I'll find what I want for me, and then I'll have a couple rental properties. So he said that's a good way to do it. Okay.
Mark's part-time position. Shithead. Okay, Ken.
They don't know the behind the scenes.
Always working.
We know. All they see is a little bit of time on the air. Well, the people in the Springs don't know you guys are on 4 hours.
A lot of them don't. Some do.
I
Some
tell
can
them guys all
actually
the
pick
time.
us up.
Yeah, and a lot of them guys like that I deal with go to YouTube and iHeart.
Yeah.
So they'll watch or listen on those.
And there's
items.
Northern Springs. You can still pick us up a little bit up here on the 630 dial.
630 dial.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, Dan with the cleaning, 720.
Wait a second.
Sure.
720.
998 7036.
Got it.
Thank you, Ken.
Okay.
You get the hard work. You get to call them and yell at them. Baby fentanyl overdose.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
What can that happen?
What?
No problem. Bye-bye.
Did the toddler the fentanyl, or did the fentanyl? Maybe
What
they
are
were
you talking
selling.
about?
Some baby died up here of fentanyl overdose.
Wow. That's a little weird.
Right?
I'm good. No, you don't have to order for me.
Oh, I'll eat.
I'll have one. I'll just slice. Yeah.
There you go. Oh my gosh, this
I'm
is
gonna
like
do
an ongoing
one
thing.
large.
It's not even one child. There's
Where-
3 in Denver and
where
1 in
you-
the Springs.
That wasn't a big hit last week.
Nobody
It
else
looked
wants to.
disgusting.
Parents arrested on an overdose of fentanyl, Fox 21 Denver.
Extra cheese, at just one large. Okay, great.
Parents here.
Perfect. Yeah.
This child was 1 year old.
Holy shit.
This child up here was in Denver. Another fentanyl
Da da da
overdose.
da. Gotta call.
In kids?
Yes. So either they're dealing drugs and the kids find them,
How does
or
that?
they're taking the drugs. I don't know. Are they giving them to the kids? It doesn't really say. This one's in Colorado Springs. This one must be the newest one.
Wow.
Hi, can I get a delivery to the iHeart building, please? Sure.
Where? I thought he was supposed to be here. Is she okay?
.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose.
Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. This hour brought to you by Century RV. They have a new grand opening of their big, giant, beautiful service facility for their customers up at exit 240 and I-25 on the east side there, the frontage road. CentryRV.com for new and used RVs. High values for trade-ins and discounted prices. And no supply chain issues there. Seriously, they're having a great time. Century RV, 303-453-1111. Now, let's talk. We got a number of issues here. And Roland has a problem with Boulder Dodge. Then we have Andrew has a problem with rental assistance. And I want to help Andrew. I'm just looking into this program right here. And I want to, and he's having problems with getting this renewed, I think. But I need to take Roland because he was an outbounder. That means we call him after he calls us, and we promise people who call us and leave a number that we'll call you back. Roland, what's going on with Boulder Dodge?
So back in May, I purchased a vehicle through them, and
what did you buy? Did you buy new or used?
It was used. It was a 2010 Audi. The whole process was pretty easy. It was pretty simple. However, not even about a month later, my dad had emergency surgery in the Springs. He's from Lamar, so I drove down there, and my engine seizes. I ended up getting stuck in the Springs for.
Now, this was how many miles on this 2010 Audi?
130.
Okay, well, did you have it checked out with all that mileage? Did you have a mechanic check? Not they. Did you have it checked out?
Did I? No, I didn't. I was assured that they had gone over everything. There was nothing wrong with the vehicle, according to me.
Okay, so you were assured that. So you have somewhere this assurance that there is nothing wrong with the vehicle, and they've gone through the whole thing. Did they put that in the contract for you?
It's on the.
What's that, Roland?
No, actually, no. He didn't put it in the contract. He told me. I mean, I took him on his word.
Okay, but hold on. But does the contract say anything about guaranteed, no problems, or does it say as is?
As is.
Okay, now, here's what I want people to know. When you have two different things going on, you have a written contract that says as is, and you have a guy telling you, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with it. By the way, just so you know, they're not allowed to do that. And if you could prove that, he said there is nothing wrong with this vehicle, that could be fraud in the inducement. But was anyone there that heard that would testify for you?
No, it was just me and him outside, actually. Oh, no, there was a guy I brought with me, one of my coworkers I brought with me.
And he heard him say there is absolutely nothing wrong with this car, or to the words right. To those effects.
Right.
To that effect. Okay. And when the engine seized, why did it seize?
They so I purchased their warranty that they recommended.
When did you buy it? Did you say in
May 2nd?
May, okay.
And June 16th is when the engine seized. The warranty people, inspector came out.
Wait, what warranty are we talking about on a 2010 car?
I bought their in-house warranty program, whatever it is.
And when did it expire?
Well, I mean, it didn't expire for the life of my contract. So. Okay.
You bought it May 2nd. How long is the warranty? The in-house warranty?
It goes with the. I don't have the paperwork right here in front of me.
Well, give me an idea. Is it for the life of the loan, you think?
Right. Yeah.
You actually bought a warranty.
Yes.
How much did you pay for the warranty?
I believe it was almost $3,000.
Holy crap! So you bought an in-house warranty, And then when the engine seized, why don't they fix it?
Because I guess other dealerships and other mechanics had interactions with this company, and nobody.
No, that's not what that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, if you have a warranty, why isn't the warranty covering it? I don't care about other people. You have a warranty. You have an engine that blew.
Pre-existing condition.
What's that?
Pre-existing condition, they said.
Which is, by the way, what they always say, just so you know. They either say pre-existing or they say owner abuse or lack of maintenance. That's why used car warranties aren't worth a penny. But in any case, now they're saying stick it, we're not fixing it. And what is actually wrong with the engine? You say it's seized. What is actually wrong with it?
The motor's bad. So
but what? What? There's all kinds of things that could go bad. Tell me what went bad.
It was. They didn't give me a specific issue. They just said that the engine seized up and you're going to need a new engine.
Okay. What do you think went wrong, Jesse, on an Audi? Jesse is with Honest Accurate Auto in Colorado Springs.
It's probably an oiling issue. It's something lack of oil.
I heard that Audis have a problem with oiling and oil gunking up and
carbon issues, oil issues. They do. You have to stay on top of those Audi engines for sure.
So, what do we do now? I mean, how much is it going to cost to fix?
$8,500.
Holy crap! Did you overpay for the car probably or what?
I paid a couple grand more than it was worth.
So this warranty, it sounds like you only had the car for a little over 30 days. Can't you get your money back on that warranty that you purchased?
On the warranty, yes, but then that leaves me without a vehicle. And
no. Wait. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, but you can get the money back on the warranty. You should do that no matter what.
Right, just the warranty
No
part.
matter what.
Right, and then I'm still stuck paying for a car that I don't get to drive.
Well, but you'd be stuck anyway. So you can be stuck with the $3,000 in your pocket, or be stuck without the $3,000. I mean, I don't know. Unless we can prove fraud that they knew the engine was bad and they lied to you, you're going to have a really tough time here.
Right.
Especially because you didn't have it checked out. Now, what does Boulder Dodge say when you talk to them? I mean, you're saying, look, man, give me a break. I haven't had this car 30 days and the engine seized. What do they say?
I even offered to pay for the engine with some type of financing. I mean,
or discount, right? Listen, if you get your $3,000 back, shouldn't that be enough to? I mean, how much, Jesse, to rebuild that engine?
Well, I'm just thinking if he can get his $3,000 back from the warranty, that drops that $8,500 down, and then you can just put $3,000.
But $8,500 sounds exaggerated.
No, not at all.
No,
I just did a Volkswagen engine. The guy picked it up today for $9,500.
What?
She left a Jiffy Lube going to California, and they didn't put the drain plug in correctly and lost all the oil on the road.
Did they pay?
No, because she stopped by a second shop, a Jiffy Lube, and they said, everything's fine, keep driving, don't worry about the oil light. She's fighting them.
Did she have proof that the second shop told her that?
I believe she has the written documents from both of them. But
listen, man, Roland, I'm telling you, man, this is serious, and you need to, no matter what, you need to get your money back on that warranty. So what did he say the dealer said? So, Roland, the dealer said it's on you. You talked to the dealer?
Yes, I talked to the salesman that sold me the vehicle, and he sounded concerned. He sounded worried, but there's nothing that they could do, he said.
Well, you buy a 12-year-old car with 130,000 miles on it. Did you think to yourself at all that there might be a problem down the road, even if at the time it was perfect? Eventually these things wear out. Didn't you think maybe you should get someone to look at it?
I did. I had one of my coworkers, he's a mechanic as well. He looked over it. He didn't see any issues.
Wait. You actually had a coworker look over this car who's a mechanic. So did he do a compression test?
No, we were there at Boulder Dodge. So
when you say he looked it over, he literally just looked it over.
Correct.
Well, come on, man. What can you tell by looking it over? Your engine seized. there would have been a compression problem, an oiling problem. Would that show it up in a pre-purchase inspection, Jesse, from a mechanic? How would you know if oil ports were clogged or sludged? Or
yeah, that's a tough one because Audis also don't have dipsticks, and not all shops have
What?
an Audi dipstick. Right? They're
Wait a
all
minute,
electronic on the dash.
They don't have a dipstick.
That is correct. They do not come with dipsticks. It's electronic on the dash. We have a dipstick that goes in the tube so we can check it.
Well, what's in the tube if there's not a dipstick? Just a
little
cap?
cap. Yep.
Oh, give me a break.
No, it's electronic on his dash. I guarantee he can just hit the button on his dash and it tells him if his oil level's okay. That's all it's picking up
Wouldn't
on.
he have seen that he didn't have oil? Would a light have come on?
Hopefully. But if that's not working, then no, it wouldn't have. And that's why I say that could have been missed, because they can just look at that and say, oh, it looks okay on the dash, but nobody's actually checking the oil level.
God, Roland.
It's tough.
We need to get somebody to call there for you.
Still think you can get that $3,000 back, because Dodge was involved in that. They can put that towards that engine, and
but
that'll
maybe
help.
we do a couple things. Maybe you get your $3,000 back, and then they finance a reduced amount. I mean, certainly they can give you a discount. $8,500 wasn't a discount. Hold on, Suze. Let's give this to Smarty Pants to check out. Maybe he can negotiate some kind of a discount. Hold on, man. 303-713-TALK. Andrew, I have not forgotten about you. Hang on, Andrew.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals with amazing onyx sorghum. Just one bowl of Grainberry every morning can help you reach your health goals, whatever they may be.
I want to keep my family as healthy as possible, so that means I'm choosing foods high in antioxidants.
I'm focusing on my gut health, and that means adding more whole grains into my diet.
I want to lose weight, and that starts by cutting down on sugar.
At Grainberry, we call those bowl goals. Every single bowl of Grainberry contains less sugar than other cereals and more of what matters most, like plant-based fiber, whole grains, antioxidants, and of course, flavor. Grainberry is great for managing diabetes, pre-diabetes, and other health-related issues. So grab a box of Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum at Safeway today and keep your bowl goals on track.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Hey, let's talk about getting your garage floor done and making it perfect. GarageKings.com. Suze, do you love your garage floor? You do. I know you do. I mean, you have Garage Kings garage floors. What, in 3 garages, right? Like 2 bays and then the big one, right?
And then on our cement deck.
Oh, on your what? On your deck?
Yeah, cement deck. We did it.
Is it good looking?
It's beautiful.
Now, you can get it done by the same people. GarageKings.com. A lifetime warranty, no money down ever. Garage Kings. The number 720-252-0370. And here's another place Suze used. Paragon. When they told Mark and Suze, hey, the insurance company says you don't have any damage. Honest to God, and all their neighbors are getting roofs and stuff. So Mark calls over at Paragon Services. They are public adjusters, by the way, and that's Stanford. And he says, I don't know, man. This looks bad to me. He gets him $70,000. $70,000. And that is the way to do it. Paragon Services. Now, they are on a referral list, and here's the number. They work the whole Front Range. 719-726-0020. Matt Stanford, 719-726-0020. Paragon Services.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Bigger is not always better. With car accidents, I don't want a giant firm where I'm just a number. That's why I use John Fuller as my accident lawyer on my radio show. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know you don't want to be just a number either. So call John Fuller, and you'll notice the difference right away. John handles each and every case personally. You get his personal cell phone number and attention. Let my accident lawyer be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co for Colorado. myaccidentlawyer.co. Get free evaluation of your case, and if you choose Fuller Law, you only pay a small fee when you win. John believes each and every client is important, not just the giant cases. He knows you need answers, you need advice, you need action. Don't wait in line. MyAccidentLawyer.co, where you're not just a number. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. MyAccidentLawyer.co.
For all the reasons you look forward to retirement, travel, adventure, or even simply ditching the alarm clock, Allworth Financial offers all things retirement planning. I'm Scott Hansen, inviting you to start planning with our retirement experts today at allworthfinancial.com.
Tracking and eliminating cyber threats. Enabling aircraft to land in imperfect conditions. Monitoring weather and climate change from space. At Raytheon Intelligence in Space, there's nothing every day about every day. Open positions are now available.
Yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying. I know the code.
We got it. My son used to do so funny. I would tell him when I was in the emergency room as an intern, the less work you do, the better. You know how it is, right? So these people would come in and you know they were crazy. So I would ask them, would say, your teeth itch? If they said yes, you know they were crazy, and you could get the psych intern to have to work them up, so we didn't have to work them up.
Good enough. What a terrible person.
Well, I mean, they got the same level of care, just a different person had to do it. Trust me, 4 in the morning when you've been up for 2 days straight, anything you can do that not have to work is just...
I bet working the ER is tough.
It was.
Which location are you at most of the time?
Me, I'm at West. I own the West location. My cousin owns the East location.
So they're totally separate?
Yeah. Basically. Like, we share marketing and all
What's
that.
his name again?
Paul.
Who's the other guy with the some foreign name? I mean, I love his name.
Oh, that was Bola.
Yeah.
Bola's moved on.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was my partner, and he went and opened another shop in another area.
So Bola was your partner?
Yep.
Literally.
He was my business
Did you
partner
buy him
at
out?
West. Yep. We bought him out about going on 6 years now.
That long ago he's been here? No shit. I thought he's been here more recent than that. It's been like...
Mark said we've been with you guys for 6 years now. We've been doing...
So Bola left really early on. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
You've known Bola for a long time?
Yeah. He lived here with me when he was young. He got in a lot of trouble in Minnesota. He was getting in with the wrong crowd, so he ended up moving out here with me. We were young. We lived together in the Springs.
First Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, let's talk to Andrew now. Andrew said, and by the way, we have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So Andrew had rental assistance at one time, and he wanted to get it extended because he was having some problems. It ran out in August. He applied for an extension. What happened then, Andrew?
Well, they never accepted the change for the extension.
Why?
We don't know.
Were you actually turned down for the rental assistance?
No. We can't get an answer for the reapplication because the software that they sent me to do the reapplication of the original application wouldn't accept any changes. And
what kind of changes were you trying to make that they would not accept?
Well, my age, very simple stuff. What the Social Security payment...
Is there a record of you there from before, Andrew?
Yes. They sent me my record by email, and it's on a navallysoftware.com. And I had 6 different individuals in different locations try to do the same thing I did, and that is to update that application. All of them couldn't make any changes. So that's why I sent several different emails to the fellow who actually granted the last grant to me, no answer since June.
Now, let me ask you just a few questions. When that ran out in August, was that full rent you were getting per month?
Yes, and utilities.
Now, in September, how did you pay your rent?
I borrowed the money and sent certified checks to them.
Okay. And now you're going to be facing October. What are you going to do?
Well, the first thing was to talk to you guys to see if you could call them to get off their butts and see if they could walk through.
How long have you been at this current place that you're renting?
It'll be 3 years next month.
Okay. And are you renting it with someone else?
No, just my service dog.
Okay, so you have a service dog. And you're on, you said SSDI, Social Security Disability?
No, just straight Social Security.
How old are you?
79.
Oh, my God. You're 79? For some reason, you don't sound that. You sound like, I thought you were like 40 or 50. Okay, so you're on regular Social Security and Medicare. You're 79 years old. Wow. Okay. So that's why you're not working or anything. I get it.
Well, no, I've been working, but
You've been working?
Yes, I work about 121 hours a week.
What do you do?
I had a product that I bought into in October 2010 that replaces night vision glasses of the military. I proved after spending all my money into that for 4 years that our version is 100% better than the current best model of the military because my product works in the daylight as well as in tear gas and fog and light snow. But I ran out of money back in 2014 and went from being very wealthy to broke and on Social Security. And I started borrowing money from a lot of people to keep the product moving into development.
Do you still own the product, Andrew?
I have a patent for it. I still own it, yes, and I left the material.
Are you the one that developed it?
No, I bought it from the developer and worked a deal. He will ride on our profit for the rest of his life.
But you're not selling it currently, right?
No, we stopped selling it in 2014 in the middle of developing the next version, which would have been the 5th version of the original prototype.
Now, the developer, how old is he?
Oh, low 60s, late 50s, I'm guessing.
Is he is he really a brainiac?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So this product that you have a patent for is still a viable product, but you can't get it sold.
Well, I can't sell the current model. I have several versions of it here in storage, but the next version is so more advanced. It would be like the current model would be...
Well, then why wouldn't you... But where's the next version? It hasn't been produced yet?
We were in the middle of developing it when I ran out of money.
How much would it cost to finish the next version?
$33 million.
$33 million?
Yeah.
To finish development?
Right. I put 40-some million into it from my own assets over 4 years, yes.
$40 million.
Well,
so what did you
44.
What did you do over your life to accumulate that wealth?
Well, I was listening to your real estate thing. I made my first fortune in real estate back in the 70s and 80s. Made a very big fortune on that. Then I day traded silver. Then I went into warrant investment. Then I became a very successful independent consultant, being mentored by the vice chairman of Westinghouse, who mentored me for a good 48 years.
So you've been an entrepreneur your whole life, Andrew?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Why? Let me ask you something. How do you know? Do you have a prototype of the new version?
I have a working spec, but the model that I have right now has to be advanced. I'll leave it at that.
But
okay.
But is it? Here's what I'm asking: Is it way better than what's on the market now?
Yes, because it works in the daylight when all...
Right. Does the original one work in the daylight too, or is that the new version only?
No, the current version, which is what we call Mod 1, is daylight available, but it doesn't have the features that we were asked from the field and users to advance it to. That's why I spent all that money.
Who's your customer?
SWAT teams across the country, special operations forces, and top security people approved by government.
Hey, Andrew, I have 2 words for you. Shark Tank.
No, and no. We went to them, and guess what? If you go back to Shark Tank, you'll find out that most of those people buy it and then sell it, and they never go where they want. I've been offered several millions of dollars to take over, and I will not sell the product or the technology.
Okay, now this is where... Hold on, Andrew. Listen carefully, okay? I don't know you from Adam here. You are 79 years old. You are on the verge of being homeless, looking for a handout from the government, and you say you refuse to take millions of dollars.
To sell out.
Why not?
Selling out.
Why? Why would you refuse that, Andrew? Why? In your situation right now, how many millions, if you sold out, would you net after splitting it with the developer? Just play with me here. How much would you have?
Anywhere from 35 to 75 million.
Okay, then you're crazy, Andrew, and I'm not going to help you. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to go to bat for you for rental assistance when you can just turn turn your invention into 35. Come on, man. 35 to 75 million. I mean, come on, Andrew. I'm sorry. I can't help you. I can't help you. It's like you having that money sitting there, but you're not going to sell out. You're 79. And you're not going to sell out. 79, no money to your name, sitting on your ass looking for rental assistance when you can put your hands on, let's say, 50 million. It doesn't ring true to me, Andrew. Why you would turn down at 79 years old, $50 million, I don't believe you. Either you're lying or you're crazy. Either way, I don't want to do business with you. You see? Because it has to be either one. Either you're lying or you're crazy. Who at 79 years old, raise your hand, would turn down $50 million to sell out? Even if that person could make $100 million, why would you not sell out? Why wouldn't you? Jesse, would you sell out? You'd sell out now. Absolutely. For $50 million. I would. Now understand this. I understand big numbers. I really do. And I know what it's like to have the ability to make money. But I also know a sure thing, if you have it, you never turn it down.
Absolutely not.
You never turn it down. Not at 79 years old. That, to me, is mental illness or lying, pathologically.
I'm 77. I'd sell out for $5 million.
No, I mean...
Seriously.
Do you realize... Okay, let's just play a game here. If he took $10 million in an annuity, what income would it generate for him? Do you understand what we're talking about in income? I don't think you do, how much income this man would have on a yearly basis. And he's worried about rental assistance? I'm sorry, Andrew. That's what I do. I go hunting, and when things don't make sense, I'm going to help somebody who needs help, not you.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks today.
Busy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we approach that noon hour into downtown I-25 southbound. A recent accident at the exit to Park Avenue has been cleared, but we're still seeing pretty significant stop and go back from I-70. Speaking of I-70, I-70 eastbound approaching Pena Boulevard looks like some brief congestion on the Pena Boulevard north. No word of an accident, but of course we'll keep you updated. And north from there to Commerce City, no surprises here. I-270 westbound regular slowdowns around Vasquez. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Most mostly sunny skies today with a high of 80 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 49. The current temperature in Denver is 75 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's French toast. Perfectly crispy on the outside, perfectly fluffy on the inside, perfectly perfect in every way. Try Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's.
Okay, so if I sang the song, it would be windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for. Hey, but they have it at 30% off. Right now, all you have to do is make your own appointment. K&H Home Solutions, by the way, in business 65 years. I've known them for 40 years. The old owner and the new one, the original owner and the new one. And by the way, the new one's been here like the whole 40 years, I think. 20-gauge steel, that's what Provia doors are made from, not flimsy 26 steel that you see in other doors. Also, they have beautiful soft light windows, energy efficient and strong. And Everlast siding, and I mean this, the best siding anywhere with a lifetime of durability, a palette of colors. And it's just beautiful. You can soak it in water. Nothing would happen. Hail resistant. 303-421-7100. 30% off. khwindows.com. So, join the grand opening, CentryRV.com. And I'm going to give you the phone number. They're at I-25 and exit 240. You get off there and go on the frontage road on the east side of I-25. Right there. Century RV, new and used RVs, and they have a big, giant $10 million maintenance facility for everything they sell, so you know they're great at service and sales, discounted prices, great trade-in values if you have an old one, new and used, 303-453-1111.
Fall is for planting, and the Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale continues. It's our biggest sale of the year.
Yeah.
You haven't heard anything at all?
Well, they just said they're doing some,
Everything at a hospital.
like they're checking his organ function, and then they'll look at that and then do an ultrasound. But they don't think it's an appendicitis or anything.
Where was it? Not low.
It seemed like it was under his rib, because he's like, can you feel and tell the difference between the two sides? And I couldn't. Well, you know, he's like you anyway. He gets sensitive about his health.
Yeah. Well,
But-
you always think, what could it be?
Yeah.
I go to the worst.
But they don't think it's an appendicitis. So that would be, yeah, right.
I'm not so sure. Yeah.
But-
I'd rather we not have missed what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he said it was bothering him before he left, and
They need to hire you over there at that rental assistant so you can dig this stuff out. They keep helping these people that don't need help. Andrew showed up here. Does that mean he's at the building? Doc, you worked in the ER for years then?
No, just as an intern.
As an
You have
intern?
to, you have to do your ER stint as a medical student, as an intern.
That sounds exciting.
It was, it's exciting. It's overwhelming, though, when you're just a medical student.
My sister was a paramedic.
So that's a tough job.
She did it up here for probably 12 years.
Wow.
So she's back in the Springs now with us, working at the shop.
Did she like being a paramedic?
She loved it. It's tough. You have to learn how to turn things on and off.
Oh, yeah,
As
I mean,
a doctor, you do too. But,
Same thing, yeah.
you know, you lose somebody, you can't just go home. So you have to be able to shut it off and be around your family.
You got to compartmentalize, no question.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Compass Insurance Group will make sure you're not underinsured and make sure you're not paying too much for your coverage. So be careful there, because if you are underinsured, it could be devastating. And also make sure you're not paying too much. 303-996-9000. All right, so I'm getting some messages, by the way, and you can text me as well. 57739. Now, some people thought I was being harsh with that man. And I just want to say something. How dare you? Here is a man who claims to be 79 years old with a proven invention that has sold in the past, and with a new version where he has been offered millions to walk away and they'll take it over. It will take him $33 million to develop it. $33 million. And then he has to sell it after he develops it. And nothing is guaranteed. He's 79 years old. But he said if he sold out now, he personally, didn't he say, what did he say he would make? Did he say 30 to 50 or 50 to 75 or some ridiculous amount? Let's just say 50 million. And he won't do it. I said, really? He called me for rental assistance. He needs to get rental assistance, emergency rental assistance, because he put all his money into this. And now he's saying he's walking away from 50 million at 79. Now, if you put part of that into an annuity, he would have almost $1 million a year in income.
All he has to do is find someone give 5% is $500,000 a year to live on and never touch your principal.
Well, all I'm saying is
crazy.
It's BS. So now let's analyze it then. We are now looking at a man who is either crazy for making that choice or he's lying. Either one, why would I want to deal with either one? If I had a man turning down $50 million at 79 years old, when I can help so many other people, why would I waste my time doing this? And if he's insane and he's imagining all this, how can I help him? I probably would have more of a heart for him if he was insane and imagining this. He didn't sound insane to me, but who knows? I mean, I've dealt with so many people. But I'd love your thoughts on this. Now, let's talk to Ed. Welcome, Ed. What's going on with you, sir?
We're having a hard time trying to get a title straightened out on a car through a divorce.
Okay, let's talk about it, Ed.
Common law divorce.
Let's talk about it. How long you been divorced?
Well, this is my granddaughter that lives in Colorado.
Okay, how long has your granddaughter been divorced?
They're trying to get divorced now.
Okay, so then let me back up. I need to know, the car we're talking about, okay, who owns the car?
Well, it was the lease company, and the U.S. Bank here in North Dakota has paid that lease company off for it. But the paperwork has been going since for 5 months, and we can't get the title.
Okay, Ed. Now, you say a loan company paid the lease off, so did you help your granddaughter buy this car?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was your granddaughter's car, and she was leasing it. Is that right?
They were leasing it when they were still common law married. Well, they're not even 100% divorced yet. We
Okay,
should
no,
know
I
in
get it.
another
Let's
couple
just
months.
one step at a time. So granddaughter and husband were leasing a car, and they were both on the title?
She was on the title.
Only her?
And no, I'm telling you wrong. He was the only one on the title.
Oh, that's big time. He was the only one on the title. Okay. Now, is this a friendly separation or parting, or is this going to be contentious?
Contentious.
Or contentious. I'm sorry, contentious is the word. I'm sorry. Okay, so he may not sign the car over to her. Is that right?
He says he has. The bank says he has.
Oh, okay. So you took out a loan for her in South Dakota?
In North Dakota.
North Dakota, you took out a loan and you paid off the lease. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you sent that money to the leasing company, and the leasing company released the title. Is that right?
Yep.
And
supposedly, we don't know where. It's in space somewhere.
But okay, gotcha. When did you pay it off?
In March.
Okay. And they have yet to deliver you title. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. I'm going to tell you there's only a few ways this can go, okay? There's only a few ways this can go, Ed. There's no magic here. We'll come back to you right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Busy driving throughout the Denver metro as we approach that noon hour into downtown I-25 southbound. A recent accident at the exit to Park Avenue has been cleared, but we're still seeing pretty significant stop and go back from I-70. Speaking of I-70, I-70 eastbound approaching Pena Boulevard looks like some brief congestion on Pena Boulevard north. No word of an accident, but of course we'll keep you updated. And north from there to Commerce City, no surprises here. I-270 westbound, regular slowdowns around Vasquez. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies today with a high of 80 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 49. The current temperature in Denver is 75 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a double stack junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs, small fries, and a small drink. Grab your bag at Wendy's today. Includes choice of double stack JBC or crispy chicken BLT with 4-piece nugs, small drink, and fries. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
I want to talk about stem cell therapy, real stem cell therapy. And I love talking about real stem cell therapy because for years so many people have been lying to you. Denver Regenerative Medicine is a clinic you can trust for an alternative to joint replacement surgery. A one-time 3-hour pain-free procedure. They take the stem cells from you, re-inject them, and then no repeat visits necessary. They've been doing it for 10 years. You can schedule a free consultation with a stem cell physician right now, 833-STEM-GEN. That's the number. They're local in Denver, 833-STEM-GEN. Or you can look them up at denverregen.com. They're also doing testosterone replacement therapy for men. $99 is all you need for your consultation, lab work, and first follow-up visit for the month. $99 to get you started. That's 833-STEM-GEN. Fix It 24/7 is the company you can trust for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And they are on my referral list for many years. I've known George from years and years and years ago, and you can trust this company to do the job right. That's why I'm part of their Green Bubble Club. Listen, I know I talk against maintenance plans except this one. This one truly I belong to, and I'll tell you why. Just $29 a month gets you 4 visits to tune up your furnace, to tune up your AC, to flush your water heater, to tune up your electrical panel and change smoke detector batteries. Those visits alone worth far more than what you're paying. Then you get priority appointments and you get discounted prices on appointments. and everything they do. Plus, if you have any replacements, every dime you paid in is refunded or credited toward that replacement. That's fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939.
Are you tired of paying your broker's fees even when you lose your money? Call 866-901-SAFE. That's 866-901-2255 for your complimentary retirement and income book. And join Al Martinez for the Retirement and Income Radio Show, Sundays at 7 a.m. or 3 p.m.
Did you know that you do not have to hire multiple contractors and visit dozens of home centers in order to get that brand new gorgeous bathroom? Really? Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Bathrooms, providing high quality, full service, turnkey bathroom modeling in Colorado for over 3 decades. Todd?
You bet, Dad. With our free in-home quote,
About 12 employees.
Wow.
We have 4 basic service writers up front. Got 7 techs about in the back. We run a shuttle driver throughout the day that drives people to and from.
And does he pick up parts as well?
No, we try. Well, he can if he needs to, but typically he's just running customers around.
Okay.
Customers are high maintenance, you know.
I know. Are you looking to hire more people? If you could?
Yeah, I need another assistant, and I need to hire another technician. I just built an expansion now back, so I just added 3 more racks. So I need to get them up and running. They still haven't signed off on the building yet. We're still working all that out. But
Is it tough to find qualified people?
everywhere it is, yeah.
I would imagine so.
It's not easy. I just hired a technician literally a week ago. He starts Monday. So we're coming from another shop because the other shop is now changing their pay, making them work Saturday and Sunday.
Are you guys closed on the weekends?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're an old family shop. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Technicians get an hour lunch. You know, you don't eat at your toolbox. We also don't pay fat weight, so we pay salary.
Okay.
So that way everybody gets paid a solid amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to be a good boss. There's so much turnover in doctors' offices. I had the same women for over 20 years.
It's not hard being a good boss. It's just
not.
hard keeping people now with the money.
Well, now it's different. But when I was in practice, just some common courtesy things is all people want, right?
Yeah. I try to treat my guys and girls with respect.
If you treat them the way you want to be treated, they won't leave.
Yeah, buy them lunches. Make sure they get an hour off for lunch.
Right.
You know, everybody gets an hour lunch break.
What I did, I took Wednesdays off. So I had every girl in my office get a day off with pay. So let's say I said to you, just, you know what? You have every Wednesday off. I'm going to pay you for 5 days, for 4 days work. But you make your doctor's appointment. You take your kids to the dentist. You get your hair done. You do all of your stuff on Wednesday. And I expect you to be, and they never took it. They never abused that.
That's great.
They came, because 6 months from now, you're still going to have that Wednesday off, and you can do all of your stuff on that day.
Set your appointments up.
It worked out great.
That's good, man.
And then they couldn't leave because they go somewhere else. They're going to have to work 5 days.
That's right. A whole different world.
Yep.
Yeah, nowadays, these companies with their sign-on bonuses. And hiring bonuses. And, hey, if you bring somebody with you, we'll give you another $5,000.
Right.
And then 6 months pass and they don't get their bonus, and then they're calling you back, and this didn't work, and that didn't work.
Yeah. Is it a pain in the ass?
It is.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, Ed, here's the deal. You basically paid off your granddaughter's car so she could take it over. She had a lease.
Yes.
She was leasing it with her husband. Doesn't matter if it's common law. She was leasing it with him, and he signed it over to her, or he said he did. The bank said he did, but somehow, somewhere, you're not getting the title. Now that's between.
The title is caught in the bank somewhere.
And technically, it's between the bank and the leasing company to work this out. Technically, and the only way this can go, there's only really one way this can go, and that is if they can't deliver title at the leasing company, they have to refund your money, and your daughter walks away from the lease and says, screw you, and then you use that money to buy her another car. I mean, that's the only way it can go. Now, the bank would have to, or the leasing company would have to work it out. But if they don't supply title, that's all you can do. You are not in a position to apply for a lost title because you don't own the car. Neither does she. The leasing company is the only one that can do that. Apply for a lost title. And if the leasing company doesn't do that, then you have to walk away from the deal. There is no other way.
Okay.
So I would say to the leasing company or to the bank, if I can't get title, I'm not on the hook for this. I want my money back because this transaction did not take place. And I want the money back and I want to cancel it unless the leasing company applies for a lost title. But you can't apply for a lost title. Your granddaughter can't apply for a lost title because it was never her title to apply for it.
Okay.
It belongs to the leasing company. The car belongs to the leasing company.
But wouldn't it be to their benefit to just apply for a lost title?
Whose benefit?
The leasing company. So
well, of course it would.
Yeah, so they get to keep the money and the deal. I mean, I can't imagine it would be that difficult for Ed to call up and say, would you please apply for a lost title?
But in a lease, remember this, the leasing company is the owner of that of that car.
Even if they already been paid?
Yep. They're the owner. Yep.
Okay.
Until there's a title transfer, they're the owner. Now that they're paid, they're simply someone who paid that didn't deliver title. So you really need to get on this, and we'd be happy to help you if they don't understand what you're asking. You're going to ask that the leasing company apply for a new title or a lost title, or you want your money back. Let us know what happens. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
How do you lose the title? Come on now.
It works on and off the air. So if we're during show hours, which is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Monday through Friday, if it's during show hours, you should reach us if our lines aren't full. If it's outside of show hours, leave us a voicemail saying, hey, I was on with Tom on Friday. I did this.
Yeah, is that a pain
this
here?
is what they came back with. I need more help. And then I'll call you back.
Oh, he's at the hospital.
All right. Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, and then I check voicemails late morning, usually right before the show or as the show's starting. If I get a voicemail from you, I'll give you a call back, okay?
Wow.
You're welcome,
Ed.
Bye-bye.
Well, there's a kidney. Either it's muscle or kidneys, one of the two. I think that given his past history of the last couple of days, it's probably a muscle from bouncing around on that four-wheeler. Probably could be just a bruise from bouncing around. Did Mark text you? Or Susie text you? Tom? Did Mark text you or Suze? Oh, so he's about being in the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because last I heard, okay, because last I heard he was coming in. Oh, right. He came in. Okay.
These two aspects
Going to die down on you? Springs, they have a practice. Dr. Korai down there, he runs a practice with the 3 doctors I know. Dr. Shopta and them are down there, so they rotate.
Was that for your wife, for your baby?
No, that's just customers of ours at the shop.
Okay.
We work on their cars, so we're very aware of them because we try to stay on top of their vehicles.
Hello? I'm not a Colorado Electric customer. So much for that.
Man, some of these stinking scam calls. So yeah, those doctors, they rotate with each other. So whenever they drop their cars off to us, we either we try to make sure they have a loaner car so that way they can get to the hospital if they need to. We're just trying to be patient with them.
Yep.
Because a lot of times I need this done. Okay, we're going to have to keep it overnight. Finish it tomorrow. Well, give me a car so I can drive to the hospital. No problem. So we have about 4 loaner cars that we can loan out. Emergencies.
So do people make like in advance? Like if I called you up and said, hey Jess, I need some work done, when will the loaner be available?
Yeah.
So I could say, okay, well next Wednesday, don't bring it in tomorrow, bring it in next Wednesday, and we'll reserve a loaner for you.
You got it. We just can't do it for, those I'm going to drop it off and have an oil change done. I'm going to take your loaner car and bring it back with no gas in it and then pay you $20 for the oil change that you're already losing money on. No. No. It's for big work. Like I need the tiny belt service. Great, that's a 2-day job.
Is it really?
If it needs the oil pump reseal, it can't.
What about, like my Subaru has 70,000 miles.
Your favorite shows on Denver's Talk Station. Sign up for our newsletter email now at khow.com/newsletter. Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khow.com/newsletter.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man, will value your property, do a market analysis free of charge. Frank Duran, the real estate man. When I say free, don't take that as not valuable, man. It's complimentary, I should say. It involves measurements, photos, comparables, and he says based on his 27 years of experience, he'll tell you what it will sell for, what you will net, and give you all kinds of useful information with no obligation to list. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, I'm continuing to get texts about that man. I just have to explain it. He's an older guy who says he has access to $50 million, but he's asking for rent support. Was he crazy or was he lying? I'll talk about it right after Misty here, or right after your calls, because everyone gets priority when they call in. 303-713-TALK. Misty, what's going on?
So we had a landlord / boss that hasn't paid us in months.
Wait, he hasn't paid you what, Misty?
He hasn't paid us any wages.
I don't know why I'm. Okay, what is the issue?
The issue is we were helping running a motel for him.
Okay, so tell me about that, like how much this employment would be.
Just in overtime alone, just for the last few months when we opened back up, is about $5,000.
Okay, now were you getting in exchange for this?
We got free rent.
Okay. Now, is it you and your husband?
Yeah, and then one other employer.
One other employee, somebody you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it someone in your family?
No, it's just another employee that worked there. It was all three of us.
So the motel owner is not paying wages to you and your husband and another employee, but what about the free? Are you getting your free rent? Hello, Misty?
We weren't getting our free rent, but that was all.
Okay. And the free rent, did it come with utilities and all that? It was a motel room?
Yes.
Now, do you have any kind of proof of what work you did?
Yeah, plus about a few hundred witnesses.
Okay. What does are you still living there, Misty?
No, we just moved.
Okay. What does if we call this guy, what will he say? I never told her they would get money. They got room and board. That's all they're getting. I mean, what would this person say?
They can't say that. They don't even have a license right now, and the new manager.
Did they close down? They don't have a license. Did they close down?
They did, and then the new person was going to pay us, and then when we opened back up.
Okay. All right. So, how you think they owe you about $5,000? Did you go to the wage and hour board?
No.
Okay. Did you know they're pretty aggressive? They're pretty aggressive about this. If you said you and your husband, they're not going to help the other person. The other person has to call. But if you and your husband call the wage and hour division of the labor department and say we worked at this motel and the motel owner did not pay us and we're owed this much money, you fill out a form, they will get in touch with this motel owner and try to get your money, and they will also instruct you to go to small claims court and sue, and they don't fool around. I mean, wages are pretty serious to them. Do you have any employment agreement or contract or email or anything that talks about how much money?
An email when I first came to the motel.
You do have an email, and it says you will get this much money plus room and board, or plus a room?
Yeah. Yeah.
You still have that email?
Yes, I do.
How much money did they say you would get?
They said I would get $200 a week.
For each of you?
Yes.
Does it say that in the email?
Yes, well, it was only me at the time, but yes.
Now, okay, then why isn't he paying you?
We don't really know. When we opened back up the motel, we were supposed to get wages, and we haven't received anything. They even talked about raises and everything.
What's the name? Okay, so how do you figure 5,000? Because that 200 a month.
Overtime.
I mean, okay.
I was working 14, 15-hour days, 7 days a week. I had 2 days off all of the last 2 years.
Okay. All right. All right, hold on.
And just overtime the last few months. I mean.
What's the name of the motel?
Trails End Motel.
Trails End Motel. And where is that located?
Lakewood, Colorado.
Suze, maybe we get Deputy Dollar to call over there. And you want us to call for you, or do you want to try the Labor Department?
If you call, that'd be great. I can call the Labor Department also.
Yeah. It's Wage and Hour Division, and then also Small Claims Court. Hold on. Suze is going to get your information so we can give it to Deputy Dollar. He is one of our peeps who will call, and basically what we'd like to know is where the hell is the money? I mean, especially if you have an email to prove it. All right. So I've been getting emails about this guy, and text, I should say. You can text me at 57739. That's the short code. Just put Tom in the message so I know it's for me. And again, I didn't mean to be harsh on this guy, but the guy called and said that Suze, didn't he say that he needed rental assistance? And it expired, Andrew, and he wanted new rental assistance. And he said that I asked him about, his life and stuff, and we started talking. Now, just to let you know, he didn't volunteer this in the beginning, so it's not like he called bragging or lying. I mean, I had to really pump him for information. And during the course of the conversation, he told me that he invested in this developer's product, which is a new night vision goggle, which is better than the original because it works in snow and fog and tear gas and daylight. And they have a new version of it out, and it's going to take $33 million to continue to develop this and get it done. And he said he already put $44 million of his own money into it. And I said, well, how'd you make all that money? He said, a number of ways. Part of it was real estate. And he said, and right now, he said, this is viable and people are trying to buy me out, but I won't sell out. And I said, what do you mean you're trying to sell out? And he said, I mean, they want to buy you out. And he said, well, I was offered millions of dollars. I said, well, give me an idea of how much you would actually net after paying the developer if you sold out. And he says, about 30 to 50 million or 30 to 75 million. I said, look, if you are calling me for rental assistance, you're 79 years old and you're telling me that you're willing to walk away from, let's say, $50 million that you say for sure they would pay you. That didn't make sense to me. So I thought, well, he's either insane, meaning he's imagining all this, or a liar, or he's not making wise decisions. Because if you call me for help with rental assistance and you're 80 years old and you could have $50 million in a month by selling your stuff, your development, don't tell me you need rental assistance help. Why would I waste my time on that? And I stand by that. If you're 79 and you can cash out for $50 million, I'm telling you to do it. There I am. I'm telling you to do it. That's my advice. Do not bother me for rental assistance. Take your $50 million. Take your $10 million. Take your $5 million. 79 years old. Do you think he was delusional or real? I don't know. He didn't actually sound crazy to me. And it says right here, Tom, if this guy was so smart to make all that money, why is he so stupid now? That's a message, 57739. I don't know the answer to that.
And he also never gave a reason for why he wouldn't sell. Right?
Right. And here's another one. Tom, when you talk about become the banker and also annuities, I'm just curious about the percentage of fees and all of that. Could you explain? I would be happy to explain, by the way. That is something that, I don't do in a commercial, because in a commercial I try to get you to call, right? I mean, that's what we do. We do marketing. And one rule of marketing is you don't give so much information that people make a yes or no decision listening. You want them to call and find out more. Now, that's not a bad thing, by the way. I certainly would never mislead you. But really, sometimes, if you try to talk about something and you try to give too much information, you're really not doing the product justice, because you can't explain everything, but people may think they've heard everything and therefore think they've heard enough to say yes or no. And in marketing, all of you going into business, remember this. You want to give information in marketing, for sure, but you also want them to call the person to find out more. There's nothing wrong with that. So coming up, by the way, though, I will talk about annuities, and I will talk about become the banker and some of the fees that are associated with that. But here's the point. Those fees do not affect you in any way, shape, or form with what the performance of the product is. That's what's important. And even, well, let me put it another way. You can't buy those products without paying some fees anywhere. So what difference does it make? It's like asking, how much markup is there on a car? Well, I could tell you, but what difference does it make if everyone charges the same markup and you can't possibly get it without the markup? What difference does it make? I don't mind telling you, but if you like the car and you like the price, you like it. When Jesse here at Honest Accurate Auto does a transmission and he gives you a price out the door, $4,500 or whatever, and if you like that price, is it appropriate to say, hey, Jesse, how much you making on this? What difference does it make? I'm serious. Because if the whole market is charging about the same price, what difference does it make if someone makes more profit than another? If someone makes more profit, more likely they're doing something smarter and they're going to be in business longer.
Integrity Health Advisors. It's that time of year when you see all the commercials claiming to offer you all sorts of things if you'll call them about your Medicare when annual enrollment starts on October 1. Well, don't wait for your notice. Call now, especially if you want to make changes or you haven't reviewed your plan in years. Find out what plans might best suit your needs from a local agency that actually cares about you. Call Integrity Health Advisors today. 720-288-0863. That's 720-288-0863.
O'Brien Legal Services. Do you know what O'Brien is? O'Brien is a real estate attorney. So, if you have any real estate issues, including just going over documents, what you need is O'Brien Legal Services, olslaw.com, to give you the lowdown. olslaw.com. He'll tell you what's good or bad on that contract, and he'll advise you for a few $100 when you're talking about several thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate. Or you can call him about disputes you're having, maybe over a border, or maybe over an easement, or maybe adverse possession, or something like eminent domain. Whatever it is real estate related, you can depend on O'Brien Legal Services. That's olslaw.com, 720-370-7388. That's 720-370-7388. You know, we really depend on public adjusters on the referral list. We believe in public adjusters. And what does that mean? That means if you have an insurance claim of any kind at your house, a roof, a flood, bad windows, anything, and you need a public adjuster, they will help you. And they will help you get more money from your insurance to make you whole. And they only take a small percentage of the extra money they get you. Insurance companies will not treat you fairly. Paragon Services, a public adjuster, Matt Stanford and his team will make sure you get the right amount of money that you should have coming to make yourself whole. Paragon Services. You can find them on our referral list, 719-726-0020.
Greenberry, Greenberry.
Tom, do you think it's crazy that everybody's charging above MSRP for cars right now? You buy a new car? Yeah, and the banks are financing these things. Didn't we have the same problem when the houses went crazy? And
well, I think there's a difference between a $300,000, but there's a difference between a $300,000 house and a $30,000 car.
I get it.
Right?
But if 50 people out of the 70 people don't make their car payments and they're all getting repoed back up, that's still a bunch of money out there.
Yeah, but I don't think most people are so far, I haven't heard about a large amount of people reneging on their car loans.
I agree.
Well,
it's still new.
And what's interesting is a friend of mine who's in that business, I asked him if the rates are going up the way mortgages are, and he said no, they're staying pretty low for a car loan.
I was looking at a pre-purchase for a customer on a used 22 Subaru, and another guy's like, I can't believe she's paying that for that car. Like, that's more than the Blue Book.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, and that's what they're paying. So he goes, well, I'm going to look at one this weekend. I bet you I get it for Blue Book. He comes back down.
He couldn't get it.
He said, I can't even buy one. I'm on a list.
No,
they call me.
The car prices are just going crazy.
But then, like Tom said, your used car, if it's 3 or 4 years old,
is you can get as much for a new car. Yeah.
You know?
And people are keeping their cars longer and longer.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's good for us, though.
I mean, I'm going to keep mine till it doesn't run anymore.
We just made a commercial to bring your old cars in, so
right.
We can keep them. Because people are like, man, I can't buy nothing new. What do I do? Bring us your old car.
We'll do the maintenance.
That's right. Get out your old 91.
It's good for your guys' business, right?
We're busy right now. We're booking about a week out, which always scares me. I never want to be a week out, because then you book appointments a week out and then they go somewhere else.
Right.
And, you know, here comes Friday and 5 people didn't show up, you know. So I'm trying to get another tech in there so I can cut that down to about 3 days.
It's also tough because you can't stop them from not showing up. You can't ask them for deposit in your business.
It's tough because, like I tried to explain to a customer the other day, it's no different than a doctor who preps a room, hires the staff, gets it ready, you come in, and they've got the room cleaned and ready to go. We do the same thing. We have a rack ready for you. We've got the parts ordered. We know what we need to do, and then you don't show up. I can't just mail you a $75 no-show fee like a doctor can.
Yeah, but
do you have people that don't show up?
Only when we're booking as far out as we are right now. When we book a week out, yes. I know going into next week, we already booked those people a week ago. They've either found somewhere else or they couldn't wait. They're gonna not show up.
You call them.
You don't do there are. My dentist does these texts.
We do.
They keep texting, and you can say yes or no.
Yeah,
confirm.
We text the day before.
Oh, you do.
But how about a week before, 3 days before? You should do it periodically.
We do it 2 days and then the day before. That's all we're currently doing.
Okay.
But yeah, week
out. But can you fill that
scares
spot 2 days before?
I can fill it same day.
Oh.
We get enough calls, somebody wanting to get in today, that I can generally fill it.
Okay.
It's just frustrating to plan your day and then, shoot.
Do you ever have people confirm and still don't show?
No, that I haven't.
Well, then that's good. Then keep texting. I would text a week before and 3 days before.
And the day before.
The day before is the big one for me, because that's when I get the yeses.
Right.
And I can look at 2 no's and I can pull them off the board and go, 2 more to come. Let's get 2 more in here. But it just scares me when we're a week out. I'd rather.
But do people do that? They take the appointment and then book elsewhere?
Yeah. Or they'll say, yeah, I'll try to make that, put me down, and then they're not coming.
That's too bad, man.
Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Predictably, Denver's plan to pay $12 grand a year to a lot of homeless people is getting national attention, attracting many more homeless people to our state. Why do you think the Denver City Council, Hancock, and the left want more homeless in Colorado? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Somebody asked Tom, you talk about become the banker, which, by the way, become the banker is what he calls it. But in general, it's overfunding life insurance on purpose to grow a cash value. And by the way, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, they're familiar with that. They say a lot of rich people do that. They're also familiar with annuities. So I asked them in general to come on the show to talk about this, and it's a good question. But I want to make this clear. If there's a mechanic and he's charging a prevailing price for transmissions or an engine or a tune-up, and these mechanics have a prevailing price and it's the market price, what difference does it make how much profit or what they're paying for parts? It doesn't matter. I've always objected to people wanting to know, well, how much does this cost you? Or what does the restaurant pay for the eggs they're selling me or the steak? If you are satisfied with the service and if it is an acceptable price, I don't think it matters. However, if there is someone exorbitantly high, then I'd want to know, hey, why are you so much more than the other guy? Now, that would be acceptable. So in financial products, I asked Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies the other day when we had our meeting, I said, what do you charge for investing my money? Because no matter how you look at it, most people invest, not most, every single financial advisor in the world charges to invest your money. Now, they might do it in two ways. One, they get commissions on stuff they sell you. So if they trade a stock, they might get a commission. Or if they get you into a product, they might get a commission. I personally do not want a financial advisor who does that because they have incentive to churn you, to keep you investing in things to get more commissions. I'd rather have what's called a flat rate management fee, meaning if you have $1 invested, they might charge you 1% of that or a penny. Okay? And so their interest is making that $1 $2 so they can charge you 2 pennies. So it's wonderful to have a percentage of the money managed as a flat fee. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not exorbitant. Now, Josh, you were happy to discuss fees, and I'm not asking about your fees. I'm asking about the financial industry. I get this question all the time. And it, again, if it doesn't affect your return, if it doesn't affect your income, if it doesn't affect how much money you have in your account, I don't care what you make. But people do ask. In an annuity, when someone invests, this guy wants to know, if I put 100 grand into an annuity, is 100 grand of my money going into that annuity? And the answer is yes, right, Josh? Even if you get paid a commission?
That's correct, Tom, yes. Depending on the type of annuity, yes.
They still have the entire 100 grand working for return.
Correct.
Okay. Now, as far as fees, and I'm not talking about any one, but range, what range of commissions in the financial industry do annuities pay?
We've seen them range anywhere from 1% on the low end as high as 8 or 9% on the high end.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we see a lot of these insurance agents that sell these products, lean towards those higher end commission products because it benefits them greatly.
So there wouldn't be anything wrong with asking, as far as the market goes, is this a higher commissioned product or a lower commissioned product?
No, nothing at all.
Okay, but even with, let's say, a middle product, like a 5% commission, if I put $100,000 in, 5% of that is $5,000. If that's paid to you, does that mean that only $95,000 of my money is in the annuity, or is there a full $100,000 in it?
The full $100,000 goes to work for you from day one. That is correct. The insurance companies are the ones that compensate the advisors,
because the insurance companies know they're going to invest the $100,000, and they're going to make enough on their share to pay you, and then the participating share goes to the investor.
Absolutely.
Explain what a participating share means, because a lot of people, I don't think, understand that. Because people don't realize that they say my annuity pays 6.5 or 7 or this or that. That is what is called their participation, right?
More or less, yeah. So what happens with a lot of the annuities, and they all vary. There's many different types of annuities out there, but the one that you're referring to, Tom, let's say, for example, we have a participation rate of 50% of whatever the market does. So the S&P 500 does 10% for a year. We're going to get 5% credited to our account because that's the participation, 50%.
For the investor.
Correct.
Okay. Now, or there could be just a rate, right? Not just a participation, but a rate, like this pays this much percent.
Sure, yeah, that would be under the confines of a fixed annuity, correct.
Okay, so the idea is to find a good performing annuity, but the commission, if it's a good annuity, truly good, should not be of concern unless they're simply pushing you to that annuity for the bigger commission.
Correct, yeah. See, we find time and time again that a lot of advisors out there that do, in fact, sell annuities, they use one, maybe two different annuities for everybody. What we've found is one or two annuities do not fit everybody's situation. So having the ability to utilize many different options that will fit the client's specific goals and scenario, that's ideal, and that's what they want to look for.
Okay. Now, the same can be said, and I do have to take a break, but you're educating us. Hold on, Josh, please. And then Dale, I'll take you as well. Hold on.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories podcast.
Busy driving all morning into the early afternoon for our Denver Metro drivers. Starting on the south end of town, a brand new accident, I-25 northbound just after the exit to University Boulevard. No word on lane blockage as of yet, but we are looking at stop-and-go traffic all the way back from Hampton into downtown. I-25 southbound showing its normal slowdowns for this time of day between 58th and Colfax. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, sunny out there today, mostly sunny skies with a high of 80 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 49. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies again. The current temperature in Denver, 77 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The Pony Express is known worldwide, but its story is not. It was part of a larger company and only lasted 18 months, which was sort of the plan all along. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Stem cell therapy, real stem cell therapy. By now you know I endorse Denver Regenerative Medicine, 833-STEM-GEN, and I'm happy to do so. But I also want, because it's real stem cell therapy, okay? Now, I'm also proud to present their hormone replacement. I'm on testosterone, and by the way, many men, most men, over the age of 35 start losing testosterone. Hormone replacement has been shown to preserve youth, muscle, vigor, sexual performance, and the supplements and natural remedies really don't work as well as bioidentical hormones. And for $99 you get started with an initial consultation, your lab work, your follow-up visit, and the first month of visits. That's all from denverregen.com. Call them, $99 just to see where you stand. It's worth that. 833-STEM-GEN, 833-STEM-GEN. Today is car day, so it's a great day to mention Century RV and their grand opening up north at I-25 and exit 240. They have the new maintenance facility, multi-million-dollar facility for their customers, so you can rest assured you'll get great warranty work and great service at CentryRV.com. You'll also get great prices right now on new and used RVs, including, of course, great prices on what you trade. CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Hear that? Exactly.
Oh, did we get it?
American dream as much as Romanian immigrant Mitch Floria. He arrived with just $300 in his pocket, started Art of Granite, now serves the entire Front Range and Mountain View. A direct stone importer who passes wholesale prices on to his customers for all countertops, completed in just 2 weeks, including quartz. Bathroom free when you have the kitchen done, tear out and haul away free. Get a price on the phone, 303-386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
Hey guys, go.
Thank you. Definitely New York style pizza. That's why we love it. Where are you from, Jess?
I am from North Dakota. Born there, spent 3 years there, and then moved here. So I've spent most of my life here. Shoot, our shop's been there 30 years this year.
Wow.
So we've been doing this for a while.
Do you have kids, Jess?
I have a son.
How old?
22. Just had his birthday, and then I have 2 step kiddos. Those are the 2 that were 14 and 16. He's getting ready to drive, just finishing up his permit, and she keeps ending up here in the hospital. How about you?
Is your 22-year-old working with you?
No, he did, and then he wanted to go out and start his own business. So,
who's that?
My son.
What? What did he start?
Yeah.
He does landscaping. So he does all kinds of different building landscaping, taking care of
He didn't like cars?
I don't know if he didn't like cars. I think it was more than he wanted to do his own thing, which I respect. You know, he wanted to get out there. Because I did the same thing in the beginning.
How's he doing?
Cars. Good. He's doing good. It's his first year in full business. So we'll see how the year ends up. But he's busy as can be. He works 5 days a week. And I'm worried about the winter. You know, summer's easy. Landscaping, everybody wants to work.
Oh, this
football game at the Ultimate Resort, Monarch Casino Resort Spa Blackhawk, monarchblackhawk.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're learning a lot when it comes to financial products. Someone texted me, wanted to know about fees they pay on financial products. And as I said before, so long as the market is all about the same and your returns aren't affected, really fees don't mean that much to me, except if I want to make sure I'm not being excessively feed or that it's not above the market and that it doesn't affect my return. But having said all of that, I asked RP Center on Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com, on just to answer a few general questions, and they're very transparent, as they were with me. Like when they do investment advisement, they do a percentage of assets managed. Just a small percent, like I think 1% or so. Or 1.5, whatever. It's right there at the lower end. Others might charge 2 or 2.5. You have to judge who you want and how you want them. Here's the other thing, and this is important. With annuities, some annuities pay, a few percent commission, 1 or 2%. Some pay up to 8 or 9%. He says again, you have to know, are they doing it for the commission or are they doing it for the return, and how it benefits their client. And RP Center will explain all of them to you. And any good financial advisor would. So the next question is, when they pay that commission, let's say they paid a 5% commission, you put $100,000 into an annuity, does that mean only $95,000 is working for you? No, the whole $100,000 is. It's yours. That commission is paid by the insurance company because the insurance company knows they're going to invest that money. And after they pay you your share of the return, they have enough in their share. Trust me, don't feel sorry for them. They have enough in their share to make to pay the commission and make money. But Josh, with an annuity, someone else asked me, when that commission is paid up front to a financial advisor or whoever sells the annuity, is it a continuing commission?
No. Typically, depending on the structure that the advisor puts forth, it could be all up front, which most do, or it can be an ongoing fee, which is much, much lower. So it just depends on the structure that the advisor chooses.
Okay. So as far as the annuity itself returning, do they all return about the same, or are there just some annuities that always outperform others?
It depends on the insurance company that's issuing these annuities, Tom. That's a really good question. There are hundreds of insurance companies and therefore hundreds of annuities out there. But most of them have a core set of crediting strategies that we'll call them. So they're fairly similar in nature, but each annuity has kind of its own nuance that's associated with it. So some may have different benefits than others, like maximizing income or maximizing growth or focusing on healthcare benefits. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects with these annuities, Tom.
Okay. All right. Now, hold on, Josh. RP Center, or Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, I'm going to come back to you about that's really a trade name. I'm talking about overfunding life insurance in a minute here, because I think that deserves a discussion as well. And again, I'm glad I got that question so I could answer people. Dale, I noticed you had been waiting. Dale, what's going on with you?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. Love your show.
Thank you, Dale.
For a long time. Wealth of information.
Thank you. What's happening?
I'm having a problem with my RV.
What's the problem?
So we full-time in our RV, and we bought our RV in January, brand new. In August, we noticed one tire wearing wrong. So I reached out to the trailer manufacturer, who just promptly...
What kind of trailer is it? Is it a camper trailer or a fifth wheel?
It is a travel trailer.
Okay. And what? And the tires were not wearing properly?
Only one tire, which is strange, right?
Okay.
So, that's why I contacted the manufacturer. I'm like, hey, we've had this since January, and this is abnormal for this tire to wear. And they reached out to the axle manufacturer, Dexter, and Dexter says, hey, that's your problem. That's an alignment problem. So we're not, as a courtesy, we're going to send an axle, but we're not going to pay to get it replaced or reimburse you for the tire that we replaced. So I'm wondering if I'm being a little bit unreasonable, if I should just accept their offer.
Well, Jesse, correct me if alignment's never covered, is it? Even on a new car?
Yeah, and that's, to be honest with you, we tell our customers every 6 months, let's get that thing up there and let's get it checked, because in Colorado there's a ton of potholes. If you're traveling more on the highway and back roads, you're going to hit more stuff, and it's going to cause a problem. Now, you said you bought this brand new?
Brand new, yes, sir. And so I sent them a bunch of pictures.
Well, how many miles did you put on it since January?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I don't know the amount of
Okay, well,
miles
give me an
traveled.
idea. You got to give me an idea.
So we bought the trailer in Florida. So from Florida, we've traveled all the way up to Washington State.
Well,
And that's
okay,
where
man.
we noticed
So
the tire wear.
alignment would not be covered on a brand new car. It just wouldn't.
Right, but you would think, just like a car, they've got a 36,000 mile coverage. That if
But
they're
not
sending,
but on alignment.
right, but if they're sending you an axle saying that the axle's the problem, that's
that's
not
different.
alignment related.
That's different. Are they saying you got a bad axle?
They're not saying that I have a bad axle. They're saying that it's an alignment problem. And
then why
my-
are they sending
my
a
thing
new
to them-
axle? Let's get to that. Why are they sending a new axle?
They're saying it's goodwill.
Well, that doesn't make
but
sense to me. So you don't need an axle; they're just giving you one. Then why don't you sell it or something? I mean, really, truly, you don't need an axle. They're just going to send it to you.
So they're sending it to me because of the problem that I raised to them, and I showed them some pictures that I sent to them that all the leaf spring clamps that are there, they're moving and they're off and they're not
Well,
even.
then this
clamped
is a
right.
warranty
And
issue.
I agree. I think you have more than.
Then this is a warranty issue. If they're saying it's an alignment issue, I would agree. It is, but it was caused by a factory defect.
Bolt's not tightened, something not snugged up, and they're sending you an axle to try to protect that part of it, and they're blaming it on the alignment. It sounds like to me.
So it sounds like to me they have to supply that axle. Are they not going to pay for the labor to replace it?
No, they're going to pay for the freight, but they are declining the labor to replace it and reimbursement of the tire.
And how much does that cost?
So I reached out to a company here that will replace the axle. They say they're not sure how long it will take, but their rate is $140 an hour.
Which isn't unreasonable. They don't know how many hours it's going to take, though?
No, because they don't know. They haven't seen my rig, and they don't know what the
How long is your rig?
It's 39 feet.
Okay, listen, Dale, I would not accept what's happening. I would not accept it. They're wrong, okay? I would sue that. Where did you buy it?
I bought it at a dealership in Florida.
Oh, well, see, this is unfortunate because you have, and the name of the, what's the name of the trailer?
It's a Venture RV. It's a subsidiary of KZ.
Okay, you need to sue Venture, basically, for you're out of pocket, and you can do that in small claims court if they have an agent where in Colorado. I mean, you bought it in Florida. Do you know, well, Venture, where's Venture headquartered?
In Indiana, with RV capital of the world, right?
Right.
And whoever's doing the repair on it should be able to get you some kind of idea, hey, this bolt was broken, bent,
Yeah,
twisted.
hold on. I got to take this break. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Drivers are barreling towards the weekend on the Denver roads and freeways. We've got a pretty dramatic Friday afternoon. Starting on the south end of town, I-25 northbound at University Boulevard. We've got an accident with 2 left lanes blocked. Stop-and-go traffic back from Hampton and about 5 minutes of delays for drivers. Into downtown, I-25 southbound this time we're showing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear. And east to the airport, I-70 eastbound, we are looking at some congestion after the off-ramp from I-225 northbound. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, high of 80 degrees today with mostly sunny skies, overnight low of 49. The current temperature in Denver 77. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, Gavin Newsom is now begging the DOJ to investigate Governor DeSantis for kidnapping after he sends migrants to Martha's Vineyard. I'll explain the politics of all this. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
American Restoration, 24/7. Let me tell you about American Restoration. They're the only company I'd call if I had a property problem, a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, black mold, asbestos contamination. Whatever it is, you need the right company, even if it's an insurance claim, especially if it's an insurance claim, because once they pay, they don't pay again, and you're stuck with the mess. And I'd never trust my insurance company to pick a restoration company. So if you're hit with a property disaster, whether commercial or residential, American Restoration 24/7, 8337-AMREST, 8337-AMREST, or AMREST247.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man, he does buying and selling. He'll list your home for sale, and he can show you with stats, not gimmicks, but facts, that he sells for more money and in less time than the market average for sure. In fact, way more money. He'll show you. He loves talking about it. He's set records in many neighborhoods. But at the same time, he uses his skills to negotiate great deals for you if you're buying. Don't believe it? He'll show you. Facts. Call him. 303-920-1622.
Facing a job loss? Considering
RV warranties, they're pretty
Hey, Mark, so is it a sharp pain or is it like a dull pain?
It's even weirder. So right before we left Friday, I felt it a couple times throughout the week, but we did yoga about 3-4 times. I just felt it. Sometimes it'll hurt just for a minute, and then I don't think about it again for a week or two. So Saturday when we got there to Utah, it bothered me just a little bit. Then it was fine the next day, but then we got on the four-wheelers, and we were on the four-wheelers for basically 3 days straight. And then coming back, man, bouncing up on I-70. So all of a sudden, for the first time, it bugged me at night. It's never bugged me at night ever before, but it bugged me last night. And then I started thinking about Don and all this other shit, man.
So I'll tell you something to keep in the back of your mind. Bad things don't go away.
Yeah.
Usually if you had a tumor or cancer or kidney stones,
Yep.
they don't go away. They get worse.
So they did a CAT scan, and then they did a full panel.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know what else they could possibly do. They said everything looks great.
Well, yeah, like I say, it's probably musculoskeletal.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, how do you quit re-injuring it? She did say lose weight. I can't.
No.
Every doctor at Kaiser says that, though. I do got to lose weight. Fuck it, man.
The last time I went to the doctor, they told me 3 weeks off. I said, you want me to go sit on my couch for 3 weeks? Who's going to answer to the boss?
That's right.
She said, that's the only way you're going to get better. Take 3 weeks off and don't do nothing. It's like, you guys are freaking crazy. You live in a dream world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're all right.
Oh, I get so freaky about my health. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. I thought I've had everything from Parkinson's. I'm not kidding, man. I had a client get Parkinson's. And I started he told me he got Parkinson's. He was a realtor up in fucking the Springs. And I was curious about it because of Michael J. Fox. I said, well, you know, what are the symptoms? How did they progress? And he's telling me all about it. And he was probably around 65, 70. And he said it started, I just thought I had tremors and blah, blah, blah. And then it got worse and worse, and boom, the diagnostic came down, or the diagnosis. So he's telling me that, and I'm like, fuck, man. Well, just like I am now. I got to lose weight. I got to get in better shape. Listen to this, Doc. How silly this is. So I start lifting weights almost every day. This was like fucking 10 years ago. I'm not a weightlifter. So I'm starting to do this whenever I'm just sitting around, literally watching TV. So, remember, I had nothing else. I'm just lifting weights.
Right. Didn't change his diet.
No, I did change my diet. Oh, yeah. So I was literally starting to lose weight, and I was working out, but mainly just this.
Right.
So about 4 or 5 days goes by, and I'm sitting there watching TV, and my muscle starts shaking independently. And my brain goes, oh, my fucking God. That dude with Parkinson's, that was one of his first symptoms. So sure enough, man, I call up my doctor. I end up in the fucking...
Voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Harris Family Law is a family law attorney I stand behind. He is a great guy, and I've referred a lot of people to that large firm. And I say large because on purpose. They have different attorneys that specialize in different areas. They can do as much or as little of the divorce as you want. And here's what is really important. Rich Harris, very experienced, does mediation and can save you thousands as a couple. If you ever want to explore that, harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000. And having an attorney mediator is the way to do it, because they can write it up in a decree and have it all finalized. harrisfamilylaw.com. So, this thing, Dale, with the RV trailer, it bothers me. If they have a defective axle, it's under warranty. They have to fix it. They have to pay labor. I don't know where they get off not paying labor. Somebody's got to let them know. You should call where you bought it and have them apply pressure. Did you call where you bought it?
The place where I bought it is in Florida.
But call them and have them help you. You bought it there.
Bring it in.
What's that?
They'll just say bring it in.
Well, will they do it free of charge?
No. I've had other problems with the trailer that I've had to work with them, and I've just had to take it to a dealer where I'm at.
Are there factory authorized dealers here for that particular travel trailer?
Oh, yeah. There are nationwide dealers around.
That's what I was going to ask, because I'm reading their warranty online. I would call Venture and get them involved and see if there's somebody locally that can be the middleman for you rather than that dealer.
Venture RV, I'm working with the warranty department.
Venture's the one that won't pay. Venture's the one who's saying, we're doing this out of goodwill.
I think Thor's the main owner of that, so I think any Camping World, for example.
Listen.
Yeah, Dexter's the owner. Dexter's the one making the offer, not the trailer manufacturer. The trailer manufacturer hasn't offered anything. Not even, hey,
listen, I know you don't want to hear this.
We'll cover the labor.
I know you don't want to hear this, but you need to find someone to sue and take them to task, because you will win. In small claims court, if they have an agent here. Hold on.
For over 100...
Dow might break 29 today into 28s.
Hey, Mark?
Is that bad?
Fuck yeah. It's a bear market. Well, I think it's a bear market as of right now. What were you going to say, Doc?
So you have second-year medical student syndrome.
Oh.
Because first year you learn all your basic sciences.
Second year you
learn all about the diseases, and every time you learn about a disease, you think you got it. Because you pick on one symptom. Oh my God, I have stuffy nose in the morning. I must have a nasal tumor.
Well, that's so we're in Moab, and it was the night before, and I go, what the fuck could this be? What organ is down there? Because I don't see a bruise. So I Google lower right abdominal pain. Appendicitis. That's what you fucking see. What the fuck's that? Oh, you got to have that thing ripped the fuck out. And if it ruptures, you might fucking die. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Right, but again, appendix is here.
Where?
Right here.
Yeah, this is like right here.
Yeah. So all you have to do with your appendix is go between...
Well, you know what's funny about that? While she's checking me out today, she's going, does that hurt?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's up here.
Right.
That is weird. She also checked... she asked me if my belly button hurt.
I am the total opposite of you. I will not go to the doctor until I'm freaking dying.
Dude, I don't like going.
I will cut myself open and bleed on the floor and cover with a dirty rag.
I fucking hate going, dude. I hate going.
My sister's a paramedic. She'll come back in the shop and go, that doesn't look safe. We need to get you to the ER. I'm like, no, I'm not going. Fucking stitch it up. Let's go.
That kind of shit doesn't bother me. Any kind of external shit, broken leg, all that shit. It's that fear of having something gnarly like a motherfucker. It's the fear of the motherfucker.
Well, I was telling them when we were back up here at the Children's Hospital with the kiddo again. She's got a stupid... We don't know what's going on with her. She's up here like it was every 6 months and every 4. Now we're up here every month.
Oh.
It's like, you got to be
How's
kidding.
she doing?
She's back home now. Usually she comes up for about 2 weeks.
That sucks, dude.
2 weeks in the hospital, and then she's back home. Then 2 weeks in the hospital. So we're trying to figure out what it is.
What are the symptoms?
She has what is it? Pancreatitis.
Okay.
But typically pancreatitis is brought on by people that drink a lot.
And she's
mostly
14 years old, right? Yeah. So they don't know, but it's constant. They can test for it, so they know that it's she's in the middle of a an attack. So every time we're here, they know she's in an attack. We just don't know why.
You don't know what's kicking it. That's
so then you start worrying about cancer and all these other crazy
Fuck yeah, you do. It's nuts, man.
But they've run a bunch of tests, and they keep saying that it's just,
They did every blood thing I can imagine today. They even made me piss in a cup, looking, I guess, for kidney stones. Then they did a full-blown, I've never had this done before. This was pleasant. So you're in the MRI, and they already had an IV on me because they just put you on water.
Contrast.
Yeah, no, it's, what's it called?
Just IV fluids.
No, there. But in the MRI, they did 2 without it, then they juiced me.
Oh, yeah, with contrast.
Contrast. When they pump.
What's another name for it, though?
Dye.
No.
It's just contrast.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree it was contrast, but it's, next thing you know, this warm feeling comes over me. I think I'm like, I started thinking, if he didn't tell me, I would have thought, did I just piss my pants?
Right.
But he actually said, you may feel like you're urinated. And I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about, so I didn't put it together.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, it's like...
Did they at least play Tom Martino while you were in the hole?
Fuck no. I was only in that thing for like 3 minutes.
Oh, man. Last time I did one of those, it was like 45 minutes in there. And it keeps making that noise while it's going around.
Yeah, it is loud.
Well, we're glad you're all right, Mark. Truly glad to see you.
I hate that shit, dude. I really do. Fucking issues. I get so fucking terrified.
You're a bunch of hypochondriacs around here. Tom is the worst.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite. I won't get checked until I'm dying. People making me. I had COVID, and they're like, "You've got to go get checked." I'm like, yeah.
I had COVID.
What does it matter? I have it. If I don't, what does it matter? I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a nap, and I'll be back tomorrow. What does it matter?
I was in the hospital for a month with COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I'm here. I don't,
Yeah. I didn't have anything. I had a day of itchy throat and
that was
congestion.
It. Yeah, some people just get mild symptoms.
I worked nights instead of days so that the crew didn't worry. I just told them, guys, I won't be in with you. I don't want nobody getting it. They'd go home. I'd go in and work on cars throughout the night and then go home and sleep during the day while they were working. And, of course, everybody's, you're going to spread it. I don't think you can spread it if I touch a tool and you work on it the next day because it's viral.
Right.
You have to be close to me.
They still all have masks and shit there. It was so weird putting a mask on again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. When I was in the hospital last weekend, they made me put on a mask in the hallways.
Yep. We were up there. We were literally, she just got out last Friday. So she's only been home for 5 days now.
Oh, mask?
Saturday. No, the kid in the hospital, so we were up there.
No, I mean, do you have to wear a mask?
Yeah, you had to wear a mask in there, yep. They made you wear them. And then they have these, I guess they're people that are really worried about it. They put this big old headpiece on with a hose down the back, and they come in your room, and it's like, what the hell is this? Were you at the ER up here then? Getting checked out?
Kaiser was very interesting. I learned that this year. Their main medical one in Lone Tree, it's like a 4 or 5 building. The urgent care, which you can walk into virtually any time, is it's basically a full-blown hospital. No matter how you look at it, there's nothing there they would send you somewhere else to.
That's nice.
Unless if it was some really weird shit.
Well, except if you need surgery.
Yeah.
No, they do surgery there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's where I got my colonoscopy.
At their urgent care?
Well, it's in the same building.
They they wouldn't do regular open.
Well, when I had to go back and get my second colonoscopy, I had to go to Skyridge.
Right.
But the first one was all right.
Yeah, they do procedures.
It looked just like any operating room I've ever been in.
Well, they do procedures as opposed to surgery.
Okay.
There's a difference.
I got you.
So is Skyridge when you're coming up the first hospital coming up I-25? Okay.
Yeah. They just have a deal with guys.
Plus comedian Jeff Allen and Twisted View. Starting at 2, 630 K-House, Denver's Talk Station.
Yeah.
tipped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. RealCBDThatWorks.com. For pain, inflammation, anxiety, they have a makeup or a cosmetic line right now with anti-inflammatory properties. 30% off with Tom in the promo code. CBD from seed to sale from Panacea Life Sciences in Golden. That's Real CBD. RealCBDThatWorks.com. All right, I want to go back to Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies because we were talking about fees when it comes to financial products and how the only thing that matters is if they affected your return or the amount of principal you have in a product. That's the only thing that matters. And most of the time, they do not affect that. Now, if it doesn't give great returns or it doesn't suit you, don't do it. But I don't care what a financial advisor makes on a product unless it's out of the ordinary. So it's all right to know the ordinary. Josh, we were talking about fees on annuities and how they work and how they don't affect return, nor do they affect the actual principal invested. So let's talk about now the life insurance, the universal product you guys do, and other people. You know, we know that Joe Chiano at Become the Banker, he does a product. He's been doing it for years, overfunding life insurance. And I know you guys are familiar with that product. So on a life insurance policy, what are the fee ranges in the financial industry for these kind of universal life products?
Sure. So it depends on how it's structured, Tom. Oftentimes we'll see the cost of insurance be somewhere in the ballpark of around that similar 1% to upwards of 3%.
So this is so just so people know.
That would involve.
So when people know the premium they're paying on a monthly basis, about 1%. I've never seen more than 1.5%, but you probably have. But anywhere from 1 to 1.5%, maybe more, will go toward the cost of insurance. Now, there is nothing wrong with asking about the cost of insurance because that's the part of your money paying for the insurance.
Correct. Yeah. So a portion of that premium will always be the cost of insurance. And then the excess will obviously go towards building that cash value. But yeah, it really depends on how the policy is structured by the insurance agent.
Is that like, as a broker, and I'm not saying you're a broker, but I'm saying brokers out there that sell some life insurance policies, the first year they can get up to 50% of the premium. Does the same kind of go? How does a broker get paid?
Yeah, so what a broker will make or an insurance agent will make on those policies is a percentage of that premium, and they call that target premium. And that's stuff that the client won't see. That's stuff that's all internal on the advisory side. But yeah, that's not too far-fetched.
A lot of them are 50%
of whatever that
first year.
First year premium 50%,
and then virtually nothing,
or a declining
and
one.
then it goes down very, very small.
But here's what's also important to be fair: if you're paying a premium the first year, let's say on a really big policy, let's say you're paying a premium of $5 or $10 grand, you are not. That money is not being subtracted from your investment. The people don't understand that. So even though there's a fee paid, it's paid by the insurance company. It does not affect the amount of your investment.
I didn't say it did.
No, I know.
I just wonder how companies make their money.
Well, because insurance companies, of all the companies in the world, do the best job of investing your money. I don't care who you're talking about. If you look at performance of every company, of every fund in the world, I don't think anyone does better than insurance. Do you, Josh?
No, they're some of the smartest out there, and for good reason, because they have to, excuse me, they have to be able to guarantee that your money is going to be there in time of need or in time of payout or something of that nature. Absolutely, Tom.
So, with a life insurance policy, the broker is going to make a certain amount of the first year's commission, of the first year's premium, but it won't affect the amount going into your account. And about 1% to 3% will be the cost of insurance, the actual cost of insurance, and that will affect, of course, the amount going into your cash, because the only cash value you get would be above the cost of insurance, right?
That's fair. And it's usually for the first 2-3 years or so, a lot of that premium is going towards that cost of insurance anyway. So yeah, that's a fair assessment.
Okay, so when you say the cost of insurance the first few years, does that mean your cash value is less in the first few years?
That's accurate, yes.
When do you get the most cash value?
Usually in years 4 plus is where you'll start to see more of that cash value accumulation. That's typical.
And do they have guaranteed returns? Some of them do, right?
Some do, yeah. A lot of like the whole life insurance policies will have guaranteed returns, and those will have, just as well, depending on the company, dividends and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. I really appreciate the information, Josh. I think I answered that guy's questions on fees. And again, it's all right to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking that and to know that. But again, it's one of those things that people, if everyone's going to make money, period, no matter what. I mean, and and the way they make money is through fees, and I'd rather pay.
It's just like a loan. I mean, you have fees attached to it, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, and I like when you have an investment account. So I love the percentage of fees managed, percentage of money managed. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you know what that is. And it's not outlandish. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That's Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com, by the way. So, what about this RV axle? Dale, there's only so much we can do. I don't know if calling them will help. We can have someone on it and do that, but you need to exhaust what you're doing. I mean, this is a warranty issue. This is a warranty issue. That axle is defective. Now, here's what I would have you do and then call us back, really. I would call the manufacturer, whoever put out the warranty. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Venture. Who gave you the warrant? Not gave you. Who warrants this?
Venture RV does.
Venture RV built the trailer. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would have Venture RV. I would put them on notice. This is a warranty issue. This axle is defective. Therefore, under the terms of the warranty, you are to cover parts and labor. I'm hoping, by the way, I didn't even read the guarantee. Does it include parts and labor?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have it pulled up here. The only part that scares me is they have a letter here, or a note saying certain items to include tires, bearings, and seals will only be covered for 120 days from date of purchase.
What is it? Tires?
Tires, bearings, seals, and races to include brake friction material will only be covered for 120 days
Would
from
that
date of
cover
purchase.
the axle?
No, but they're going to try to say that the tire wore out due to the bearings and the races, which is attached to the axle. And if they're sending him an axle, I still think that's what he fights for, is that axle being defective.
Yeah, I don't mind eating the cost of the tire. I mean, I don't mind that.
Right.
When I called my extended warranty, they're like, no, we're not going to even cover that because it's a warranty item. And by the way, Dexter has an axle recall for Airstream, so there's a good possibility that they may have axle problems.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a reason why they're sending you this axle. It just doesn't make sense.
If I were you, I would absolutely positively threaten to sue them for breach of warranty as soon as you call them and let us know what they say. 303-713-8255.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
You know, Garage Kings will do your garage floors or your warehouse, commercial, residential, patios, pool decks, sidewalks, whatever you want done with a lifetime guarantee. That's right. And no money down. GarageKings.com along the entire Front Range. GarageKings.com. They did Mark's floors. He loves them. And they also did a concrete patio for him. 720-252-0370. Ask about his low price guarantee. 720-252-0370. GarageKings.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He's there for you. When it comes to buying or selling real estate, he's the one that will make sure you get the best deals. Either way. Why don't you talk to him and you'll find out through actual stats he's been keeping for 27 years on what he does. And he can tell you what your house will sell for in this market. And there's no obligation to talk. Get the knowledge from someone who knows. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
For a limited time, Belco is offering 2.75...
Yep, I'm telling you, gentlemen, I'm a fucking pussy when it comes to
I'm telling you, between you and Tom, I'm going to come into a hypochondriac myself one of these days.
Fuck, man. And nothing else like, there's nothing else like it for me. I don't even have anything to, like, compare it to, nor do I know where it comes from. That's the other
Where what comes from, Mark?
Hypochondriaism.
Well, I don't know if... Okay.
Dude, I know I'm abnormal. I don't fucking... I'm telling you, I know it.
You don't get up looking for trouble. No, that's what
I got to have something...
That's right. That true hypochondriac will all of a sudden look at their eye and say, is my pupil like weird? I mean, they look for shit that's not there.
Okay, no.
But then there are people like Mark who get us pain and think it's cancer.
Me too.
Yeah, I tell you, both of you are hypochondriacs.
What happens is I go to worst scenario.
Right.
But the funny part is I try to talk myself into, well, what are the chances?
Well, that's hard.
But it doesn't help.
It doesn't compute.
It doesn't compute.
I don't want to talk about my recent thing, but I really don't.
It terrifies you.
Because mine was 1/10 of 1% or something as far as odds. But you're right, Mark. It doesn't matter what the odds are. You think.
And fucking Dr. Google's an asshole. I mean, no matter what you think. There is no... you never Google something like, hey, I got a pain in my ear. It's like, oh, you're going to go fucking deaf.
No, Google had me dead.
I always tell my patients stuff. I don't want to hear what they read on Google. If you have, when they came into the office, tell me what your symptoms are, and we'll try and figure out what's wrong. Don't tell me what Google said. Don't tell me what WebMD said, because it's all out of context.
Yeah. What is all this shit about the new CNN? I mean, I don't notice any difference.
Well, is Don Lemon still there, or did they kick him off yet?
Who?
Don Lemon.
They've moved him to morning.
Right, but once he's off the night show, then things should change. But I think I saw last night when I was scrolling.
Did you guys, any of you watch Dragon last night?
Wait
a minute, I'm way off. I didn't get to see it Sunday, so we watched it last
We're not into that, Tom and I.
Fuck, I love that.
What is Dragon?
It's the prequel to Game of Thrones. It wasn't the best episode, but it was decent. They're really setting the story.
We traveled with WorldPack, WorldPack.
Yep.
Service provider. They traveled us out to Game of Thrones where it was filmed.
Oh, that was kind of cool.
So we did a whole Italy trip and all over out there. It was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
These fucks used to send me everywhere. Back in the day, iHeart, Clear Channel, shit. Me and Rolly'd be on trips all the fucking time together. I just can't. They don't send anybody anywhere.
Oh, fuck. No, they used to do a lot.
They used. I mean, I went to the Cayman Islands a few times.
They're sending us to Hawaii in February.
Who?
We're doing a WorldPack, one of our parts providers.
Job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. And that James, what's happening with you, James? Welcome.
Yes, hello, Mr. Martinez. It's really nice to talk to you.
What's going on, man?
One quick thing. Well, look, one quick thing. It's real funny. My son used to laugh at me when he was younger because I used to listen to you. Now he's in the Air Force and he listens to you. So.
Oh, that's cool. He's in the Air Force?
Yeah. Hey, I bet your dad listened to him, too, and your grandpa.
Funny. So anyway, bro, what's happening?
Well, I'll be as quick as I can with this short story. My sister-in-law, she is in jail. Okay, we accept that. She's in jail, fine. But she was beat up by what I consider a man while she was in jail. The person that beat her up is like the guy that, was winning all the swimming meets.
Oh, wait. So she's in a woman's jail, and there's a trans woman. I don't even. Do you call him a trans woman? So.
Yeah.
But it's a woman who used to be a man, right?
Yeah.
Or used to think she was a man. I don't want to get into this, but anyway.
Yeah,
and
me either.
So now, though, so if you go to jail as a trans, you go to whatever part you identify with?
No way. Maybe in some liberal state. I guarantee they don't do that in Mississippi or Texas.
Well, I don't know about that.
Maybe
I don't know,
Austin.
Mark. I mean, I don't know. James, where is this prison?
It's in California.
It's in California. Okay. So they can say, I feel like a tulip, and they'll go to flower jail. Right. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, look, Tom, if you were going to jail, which I know you never would, but wouldn't you say, hey, I'm a woman?
Oh, you mean, why not say that and then get in with all the women?
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of them.
I'd be terrified.
I'm afraid of them. I think it'd be really scary.
But yeah.
But seriously, no. I want to be serious here, James. James, this trans person or this trans woman, is it a trans man or trans woman? Is it when you become a woman? Are you called a trans? Or you're called just a woman, probably, right? But I mean, you're a trans woman, meaning you were a man. Okay, so a trans woman in a woman's jail, does she? I don't know how else to ask this. Is she a trans with her junk or a trans without her junk? Because and I don't know, because I want to know how far the trans went. For example, was she on a lot of hormone suppressing stuff? Was she on a lot of estrogen, or was she just there fresh? Because that might make a difference.
From my understanding, the jail will pay for that surgery, and that's what happened. It was a man, and the man was transferred or translated, whatever.
Can you imagine living in California and your tax dollars are going towards someone in jail,
in prison,
getting surgery?
So this person was in prison long term?
Who, my sister-in-law?
No. The trans woman was in long term. Like, did the trans woman originally start out in jail as a man?
Okay, yeah. From my wife just came up and told me he or she, however you call it, is a lifer, has a life term.
Okay, so this lifetime inmate decided that he wanted to become a woman.
Right.
And the prison system paid for it?
Yes.
And now she in a woman's prison?
Correct.
And then she beat up your sister?
My sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. But here's something, James, that truly I don't understand from you. What difference does it make? If she could have very easily been beat up by any inmate, it didn't have to be a trans. I don't think in this case the trans enters into it.
Right. That's true, but you know what? I would consider that a fair fight. She just should have taken karate when she was out on the street or something. Yeah. If she got beat up by another woman, then that's something else. But just like the trans is beating everyone swimming,
Yeah, but James, really, she was beat up in prison. I don't think it matters much who beat her up in prison. She shouldn't have been beaten up. How about if she was raped?
Right.
How did it happen?
Right.
How did it happen, James? Was anyone there watching or what?
Yes. Well, hold on. Can you speak up? My wife.
Sorry about that. Yes, my sister, she's in a dorm with cell with 3 other inmates, and so yes, the other 2 inmates did witness the attack, but of course they don't want to move forward and say anything because they may get in trouble as well too. But
is this? Let me ask you something. Is this trans woman becoming a boss there, kinda?
No, not that I know of.
I mean, I want to know what happens when a former male goes into a female prison as a woman. I mean, is she the most powerful woman there now or what? I don't know. I'm just curious because
my imagination would say yes. However, my sister-in-law mentioned another trans woman that's a little bit, stronger than that one, and that one, that transgender person attacked the other transgender person.
And what happened?
For attacking my sister.
Oh, okay. So the other trans woman stuck up for your sister.
At another point, yes. Not during the time it was happening.
Well, here's a more important question. What is the prison system doing about this? What happens when someone is violent and they beat someone up? Do they get in trouble?
Well, no. I mean, when you're in for a life sentence, what else can they do to you, really? But
yeah, that's true. Well, I guess they could go into
put her in solitary, which is what they usually do.
Maybe I'm watching too much Orange Is the New Black, but do they get into do they go into solitaire? Do they punish him like that?
Do they put him in the hole?
I don't know.
Probably. I mean, but you know what? That's just a change of scenery for a while. They're not going to stay in there forever.
Yeah, you're right. So James, is your sister-in-law, how long is she in there for?
I think she has another, my wife says until December.
Oh, thank goodness, though.
And she was put in there for...
You know what she should do?
How hard? Well,
she should transgender into a man and then kick the crap out of her.
Hey, I want to ask you something, James. James, listen, I don't think your wife enjoys us making fun of this situation. So the sister's going to be out in December. So
yeah,
how bad is this? Are you afraid for her life?
It does disturb me, and it disturbs my wife some, too. We've been telling her to just keep your head down. Don't tell anyone what's going on. Don't tell anyone that you're getting out. But, here's another part that's terrible. You know that prisoners can go and look up your numbers and systems and see what you're in for and when you're getting out?
What? Prisoners can do that? On other prisoners?
Yes. They can, I'm quite sure it's there for them to go look up their own.
First of all, it's people experiencing incarceration.
You're right.
So let's get there.
Right, they're not prisoners. They're people experiencing.
So, James...
They're legally challenged.
What can we do to help you out, James?
Yeah, what were you hoping we would say?
I was hoping you could maybe give me some advice on what we should do. I mean, yes, they moved her to another dorm, but I think this is a bigger problem than just this. I think there should be, and this is going to sound bad, but I think there should be another prison
for trans
people who are for trans. Yeah,
they're not going to do
that.
Yeah,
but there's like 10 million ways you can identify now. That'd be 10 million prisons.
That's not going to work because they're going to call it discriminatory just because I'm a trans woman and you're a cis woman.
No, it's the wife's sister.
No, meaning cisgender. That means that the one you're born with, cis women, right? Isn't that what? Whatever. I'm losing track
You know where
here.
that came from? From chemistry.
I don't know this stuff.
What do you mean from chemistry?
Well, if you have a molecule, there are two ways that the molecule can be formed, and that's where it becomes cis and trans. If you have a molecule,
one's actually called trans.
Yeah, so it's.
But it's a trans, not in a gender fashion, but
No,
in a
it's just-
molecular.
If it's a left-handed as opposed to a right-handed molecule, but it's the same molecule, it's cis and trans.
And cis is left or right.
I don't remember which is which.
Okay.
But that's where it came from.
Okay. So, but the proper term for a woman who was born a woman
is cis.
Is a cis. I thought it was pronounced, but it doesn't matter. Cisgender. But anyway, or cis woman.
Wow.
And look at man, we're all learning, right? And if you don't learn, you're going to be punished. But in any case, I think it's impractical that they're going to separate trans women from women and trans men from men. They're not going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. But
even in a different cell block, that would make sense. You know.
I don't think they would do it. What if they? What if they did that?
Why do they hold men and women in different ones then?
Because they're men and women. But today's think, Mark, is that. And I'm not expressing politics here. I'm just telling you, in today's corrected think, and for lack of a better word, in our woke system, a trans woman should be considered exactly like a woman. In sports, in prison, in all walks of life, in restrooms, that's just the way it is. Whether we like it or not, it's been thrust upon us. That's what it is. Now, I said, whether we like it or not, I personally don't care. I think there's too much emphasis put on gender to begin with. I am all for no genders anywhere ever. I mean that, by the way. I don't think you have to ask male, female. Who cares? I mean, you take that away. Take anything controversial away, and it goes away. You don't. In fact, I believe that progressive people, and I'm neither progressive nor conservative, but progressive people, I believe, make more separation among us than anyone in the world. They are the ones making more of the divisions among us than anyone else in the world. I truly think that most of us don't give a good crap. You know what? I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care who you love. I don't care if you have junk or not. I don't care if you're taking hormone suppression drugs. I don't care. I treat you the way you treat me, or sometimes even better. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care. Too many people care about everything. Right nowadays, I swear to God, when we go to a social function, people feel you out to see if you like Trump or not. I swear to God they do. Or they feel you out to see if you're liberal or conservative. And they feel you out to see where you stand on certain things. As opposed to just, hey, how are you tonight? Isn't this a beautiful affair? We're here for breast cancer awareness, or we're here for the Botanic Gardens, or we're here for the Denver Zoo. Why the hell do we have to put ourselves in these cubby holes? I am so sick and tired of it. And I hear you are too. But at the same time, man, I don't know. Then you have things like this happen. I don't know what the answer is.
Think about this. You know, I agree with everything you say. That's between them and their God. But would you want your daughter to use the same bathroom as a male?
Okay, hold on a second. If you're asking me my opinion on restrooms, hold on. First of all, before my daughter was a certain age, she never went unaccompanied anyway. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Now, when she became an age where she can go unaccompanied, we've always told her, whether it's man, woman, no matter what it is, if you feel uncomfortable, you exit and you come to us. And here's what I'm saying. No, I don't care. I would not care if my daughter is in a restroom and a trans woman walks in who's not fully trans or not. No, I don't care. Now, if that person walks in and wants to try to assault or abuse, I think anyone, both progressive and conservative, would beat the crap out of them. I don't think they would put up with it. So I don't think we've gone that far. No, I don't care if they go to the same restroom. And that's the, like, for me, it's a stupid question. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they go to the same anything. It doesn't matter. You know, I teach my daughter, my son, how to protect themselves and how not to care. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We make these suppositions to see what divisions we can draw out. Well, what if this happened? And what if that happened? And what if this happened? If we take it away and not care, it goes away. Do you know half of the freaks in this country are freaks because they want you to freak out? That's why they're freaks.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Still a few things in your way this afternoon. We do have an accident eastbound I-Lift at Chambers. We're seeing backups on I-Lift right now and slow speeds there in Aurora. We also have a closure to deal with in Jefferson County, both directions of 32nd between Clear Creek Drive and Youngfield. That is under I-70 in the Golden area. And that closure at Sable and Exposition due to the RTD train derailment. Avoid that area if you can. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny and a high near 80 today. Breezy out there. Gusts near 30 miles an hour today. Tomorrow, sunny and 82. Sunday, sunny and 77. Right now, it's 76. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Don't miss the Energy Savings Event at Lowe's. Save energy and save money on select major appliances, including Whirlpool. Selection varies by location. Exclusions apply. Visit Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 9/28.
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for. Windows, siding, and doors, and they have the products that I love. Oh my gosh, I mean, this Everlast siding's the best. It'll never wear out. It's a lifetime of durability and strength, weatherproof. And then what about their Provia doors, 20-gauge steel? What about the wonderful soft light windows, energy efficient and strong? And I love all of the products. And right now you get 30% off from a company in business 65 years. KHWindows.com, 303-421-7100. 30% off, 303-421-7100. DavidEllisJewelry.com. That's the website. You know, it's a beautiful jewelry store. We don't talk about the jewelry store much at 3rd and Clayton and Cherry Creek, but you know, it is a great jewelry store. But a lot of people go there not just to buy, but to sell. You can sell your junk jewelry. You know, mismatched earrings and tangled messes and broken watches. He'll weigh it and pay it. Or you can sell your vintage or antique jewelry. In other words, you can sell your jewelry, whether junk for the weight or for the price of jewelry. 303-322-8779. And I really like Silverleaf Mortgage for your reverse loans. They will take care of you. They have a heart for seniors. What do I mean by that? Well, they will help you and walk you through the process step by step, and they even have a nonprofit foundation to help you fix up your house if you have deferred maintenance or anything, to help you get a better appraisal for a better loan. If you're thinking about a reverse loan, 720-REVERSE. That's 720-REVERSE. And Genesis Total Exteriors is going strong right now, getting into winter. A lot of people are getting their homes buttoned up and getting things ready. But you know what? They work year-round anyway. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They also do solar, and you can call them for anything on the outside of your house, from the roof down to the siding and stucco and windows and doors and decks and painting. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Did you know that you do not have to hire multiple
There's got to be a reason we've never gotten a complaint about a done right.
About who?
Done right, ever.
I had them do my my bathroom.
Have we ever gotten a complaint ever? I can't recall one.
They did a great job. On time, cleaned up every day.
So when we lived in Castle Rock and we were getting new granite countertops, the guy that I used doing was kind of like a neighbor. He did a great job, but he didn't do cabinets. So I called them for a quote.
Oh, yeah.
And they were higher than brand new
No,
cabinets.
absolutely. That's what I don't understand.
So that part.
More
Well, you know
that
what's-
part. No. Pricing wise, I'm not saying they're
Yeah.
bargains, but
What's interesting was I feel like 15, 16 grand. I paid everything. When the job was done, I owed them $200. They called me up and said, "Can we send somebody over to get a check?" I said, "I just paid you thousands of dollars, everything on time. I will mail you a check." I said, "I'm not having. Do you really need my $200 that badly?"
that is a weird.
I was really pissed off.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's an uncomfortable call to make to begin with. Why would they
I
ask
said,
you
"What?
to
You going to
pick it
send
up?"
somebody here for $200? I mean, it's one thing if I wasn't paying.
Right, like
but
if you
I
were
paid,
behind on the bill
you
or
know,
something, but-
I paid every bill on time without a problem.
I can't. Like I was telling earlier, I still can't believe the amount of shops that collect
Up
half
front?
up front, or yeah, we're gonna do your tires, but I need you to pay for the tires before I order them. Like, how does that work?
It is crazy.
I'm not used
Well,
to that.
if you show me your bill of sale, if you're going to put tires on, you buy tires. I guess what they want to do is.
I would be so sad if I had a relative in prison.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I would be anguished every night. A close relative, like one of your kids. Could
Yeah.
you imagine?
Your
It's
brother,
like
your sister.
If they did something stupid. Now, every night you go to bed, you wonder, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder this. I wonder that. It's got to be so.
Oh, yeah.
Think
Well,
about if your son,
oh.
if something happened and he was in prison. I mean, it's like, God Almighty, how terrible.
What was the outcome of that? I had to go take a phone call from my doctor.
There is no outcome.
No. What did James want?
He just wanted vent.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
He thinks there should be separate jails.
Well, you get a call from, your wife's sister
It's California.
saying, I just got beat up by some dude in prison. I mean, it is. It's fucked up.
Right. So you're right
And
to
that's the part that I think he's frustrated with. Is at the end of the day, yes, they've had the surgery, but they're still a man.
Yeah.
Their body.
So you
right?
stand on the corner somewhere, and you expose yourself to some women walking past. It's a crime, right? You go to
I assume so.
Right. You go to a gym and you say, you know what? I'm a woman. I want to use the women's facilities.
Noons 4 to 6.
Predictably, Denver's plan to pay $12 grand a year to a lot of homeless people is getting national attention, attracting many more homeless people to our state. Why do you think the Denver City Council, Hancock, and the left want more homeless in Colorado? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hi, Betty.
Hi.
What's going on, Betty?
Well, I love you, and I love your shows.
Thank you, Betty.
You're very welcome. Yes, I a while back, I don't know how long it's been, but I went into Firestone because I was hearing some dragging in my brakes, and so I pulled into Firestone, and I told the service manager that that I heard that sound, and he said, "Well, I'll put it up on the rack and we'll check it out." So he comes back in and he says, "I have bad news for you. It's you need four brakes, four new brakes." And I went, "Whoa, I can't afford that today. So you'll have to just put my wheels back on, and would you change the oil and do a $21.99? They have a $21.99 inspection deal." And so I asked him to do that. So he did that, and I went on my way. And a few days later, I was driving by Big O, and I thought, well, maybe they could do it cheaper. So I went in there, and I didn't tell him that I'd had anybody else check it out, but I told him that the brakes were dragging, and so he said, "Well, I'll have my mechanic put it up on the lift, and we'll check it out." And so the mechanic comes in and he goes, "Ma'am, there's nothing wrong with your brakes." And I went, well, are you sure? Because I heard that, at Firestone, the guy who checked it, the service manager, he told me, he said, I'll even show you, that you need these new brakes. And he says, "See this front one, right, the driver's side front? he said, see, there's a piece broken off there and everything, and he says, so anyway.
Well, hold on. What was broken off? I don't understand that.
Well, when I went to Big O, I said, would you go and check that? Because supposedly there's a place broken off, and he said, well, I'll go look. I didn't see it, and I'll go look, and so he went and looked, and he says, there's nothing broken off.
Oh, okay.
On there, and so anyway, he says, but the guy at Firestone supposedly did an inspection, but Big O said that I needed tie rod ends. Well, now if he had done an inspection, he should have known that they were, I needed tie rod ends, anyway, after I left Big O, they did my tie rod ends, and so after I...
Do you want your $39 back?
I got $69 because I had an oil change too.
Wait, they gave you the oil money back?
Yes.
Why?
Because he put the wrong oil in it, and later
on. What do you mean he put the wrong oil in it?
I asked for Pennzoil 1030, and on the paperwork, he said he put in Pennzoil 530, and
that wouldn't matter.
Well, I
they
didn't
just
know.
weren't going to go
anyway,
down that hole.
I called up District, and I told them.
Betty,
yes,
you got your money back, so problem solved.
So even if this guy was going to cheat me out of that kind of money, there's nothing that can be done.
She's saying she didn't need the brakes, and they said they did.
You mean the fact that he was going to do brakes for you, right?
Yes, he said I needed all new brakes.
Okay, do you have that in writing?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have... And you have Big O saying you didn't need it, then that is significant. But there's nothing you can do about it because they didn't do it.
It would be interesting if she has it in writing and we brought it to one of our people and had them look at it. And if it truly was that bad, I think they should be outed.
No, we should expose them, but who are they? What Firestone?
So what about this noise that you were hearing?
Pardon me?
What about the noise that you were originally hearing when you pulled into Firestone? Yes. When you pulled out, that noise was gone?
Yes, it's gone because he said it was just dust. It was dust, and now it's completely
You know what?
gone.
She probably had overheated
anyway,
rotors or something. In other words, she might have that same sound again in a week and does need those things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out why they said you needed brakes, if it was a measurement
brakes
issue.
Are one of the biggest areas of rip-offs because people don't know how to look at them. And so, therefore, all I have to say is you need
scary.
brakes.
People don't want to drive around with bad brakes.
Are truly, and these free inspections, not free, but these $29 inspections, you know what they are? You're paying someone $29 to find problems that they can upcharge you
That's
for.
With every home service. That's with everything out there.
It's not a mechanic that's looking at your vehicle. It's an oil change guy that just does oil changes, looks at things, and then it goes to a mechanic. That's the difference of going to a Big O, a Midas, or going to an independent that has a technician looking at your car to do your oil change. They actually are looking at your car as a mechanic.
This guy was supposedly the service manager. He ought to know.
Well, Betty, did you got your money back? You're really good at that's really good. Which Firestone was this? I'd like to know.
Firestone, the one at
they're all corporate.
105th probably, and Melody in North Glen.
Well, thank you. You sound pretty sharp, and I'm glad you let us know. And I'd like you to send us. Suze can tell you how to send us that information. I'd love that information, by the way.
Well,
just send it to us.
What I'd like her to do is take it to one of our experts along with that, and then we get a report from them.
GutterHelmetDenver.com for reinforcing your gutters with this covering. They actually reinforce the way they hang it with brackets, so they actually uplift your gutters plus keep them clean, and it's guaranteed for life, patented. GutterHelmetDenver.com, 303-298-8888.
Now, Impact Traffic.
These new home-style French toast sticks today.
A busy Friday out on the roadways. A crash eastbound I-Lift at Chambers in Aurora. We've got backups on I-Lift for about a half a mile right now. Also, a closure in Jefferson County, both directions of 32nd between Clear Creek Drive and Youngfield. That's under I-70 in the Golden area. And it is day 3 of this closure at Sable and Exposition due to the RTD train derailment. Avoid that area if you can. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny, high near 80. Today, breezy out there, gusts near 30 miles an hour. Tonight, 48 for the low. Tomorrow, sunny and 82. Sunday, sunny, 77. Right now, it's 78. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's French toast. Perfectly crispy on the outside, perfectly fluffy on the inside, perfectly perfect in every way. Try Wendy's new home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's.
Can you imagine if you got in trouble and you didn't do something? You're driving home, maybe an officer said you were weaving one way or the other, pulls you over. Next thing you know, you have a DUI, but you didn't do anything wrong. Or, let's say what generally happens, you did do something wrong, and you had a few too many to drink, and you failed a breathalyzer. Next thing you know, you're in jail, and you're facing a lot of trouble. You need someone on your side. You need Joseph A. Lazara. Let's face it, when you get in trouble, you want to have your attorney already picked out. I'm not kidding. No one plans to get in trouble. Write this number down. Get it into your cell phone. We've done the shopping for you. 303-429-6200. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. You know who I called when we wanted brand new, beautiful carpet in our house? Suzanne and I reached out to Buddy Mitchell. He owns SimplyFloorsInc.com. He brought all the samples directly to us. We looked at the different kinds of carpet and padding and the different colors. We got to look at the samples right next to our furniture, right inside of our own house. We made our choice. They did all the estimates. They did all the measuring, gave us a quote. We accepted it. A week later, brand new carpet. Same goes with LVT, tile, any floor covering. Give SimplyFloorsInc.com a call. They're great. You can set up an appointment right there. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Check them out right now. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Now let's talk about the big bucks. $70,000. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a check my homeowner's insurance company had to write me after they told me to pound sand. They said, Mark, you don't have any damage on your roof. I called Matt with Paragon Services, and guess what Matt found? Matt found a lot of damage on my roof, and he ended up getting me $70,000 after they said not a lot, sir. Give Matt a call if you have any questions about a current claim or even a claim over the last 2 years. If you think your insurance company screwed you, call Matt. He'll look at everything 100% for free. He got me $70K. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020. Or check him out at referrallist.com.
How's biz, dude?
Good, man. Crazy busy. We almost got the expansion done. Just hired another tech.
I'll come down and check it out.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you.
When I was there, you had the building.
Yep.
But then you had like the alignment machine in a like in a metal building.
Yep, next door.
Yeah. So that is the one you've redone.
Yep, I moved it all over to our building. It's in the back of our building now.
Oh.
So we've got 2 new lifts back there. I've got the alignment machine moved. They built the building. They were just about finished up when they drilled a hole through the in-floor heat, so now I got water spewing everywhere. But they got that pretty much fixed, so I'm hoping to get this thing signed off by the end of this month. And then we're occupied and rolling. So, yep, just hired another tech. I got a great team. Try to keep them guys happy and rolling. How was your little trip you just got back from?
It was fun, man.
Yeah, you going to Vegas now?
Yeah, literally tomorrow.
Oh, you going to Vegas this weekend?
No need to take a break or nothing.
Tomorrow.
What? For how long?
Now that I don't have cancer.
Right. How long are you going for?
We'll be back. Suzanne and I will be back Wednesday. We'll be back here Thursday.
You going for any special reason? Concert or?
No.
Just to hang out?
chill like villains.
You gamble when you're out there, Mark?
Yeah, a little. Like Sunday, we'll probably sit in the Bellagio, I'll watch football and bet on some ponies. I might play a little blackjack. Sometimes I do. Last time I didn't play at all. We might hit a couple slot machines, but we don't gamble that much. We'll see 2 or 3 shows. We've got some great dinners lined up.
You know what shows you're going to see?
Yeah, so New York's got a new circus.
The Big Apple or something.
That's exactly what it is.
We were just out there not too long ago.
Which is what?
It's a Circus Soleil.
Okay.
The theme, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
But I love all of them.
Yeah.
Then we'll see a comedy club. We'll go see, you know who Brad Garrett is?
Yeah, he was on Everyone Loves Raymond, right?
So we'll see him. And then we might actually go see Raymond.
Really?
Strangely enough.
No, have you noticed that?
I've seen his show.
His new one?
I have. How new is it?
3 months old.
Oh,
maybe?
fuck no, I haven't.
Brand new.
No.
He's got a second part to it, so it's a whole new show. We happened to catch it the first night. We were just there.
Where's he at now? When I saw him, he was at the Luxor.
No, he's down the street at Paris.
That's right across from us.
Yeah, we were at the Paris watching his show, and then at the end of the show, he said, if you stick around for an hour, I'll buy you tickets to my brand new show. Starts tonight. So we were like, we'll stay. We ended up catching photos with him afterwards and got him to sign some stuff.
I didn't like his Luxor show that much.
Who's that? Raymond or Brad Garrett?
No.
Chris Angel.
Chris Angel.
Yeah.
He's a
magician.
But it's kind of like illusion-based.
This new show is good.
I didn't like his show.
If you guys don't have a night booked, catch this show.
It's Leland Conway.
All the latest news plus comedian Jeff Allen and Twisted View. Starting at 2, 630 K-How, Denver's Talk Station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's talk to James. James, what's happening with you?
Yeah.
Tom, this is the one with the beat-up sister-in-law. He just
I'm
wants
sorry.
To know if you
I don't know
any
why
advice.
we have...
He wants to know if you have any advice for him.
Well, I don't... James, the only thing you can do... What state is this in? California?
California.
She can bring a civil lawsuit for negligence. She has to find someone willing to take the case prisoners are doing it all the time. That's the only advice I have, James. There's nothing else. You're not going to change the system, but you can go after the state for negligence on the fact that it was unsafe to do what they did, having them cohabitate, and as a result, she suffered damages. We're out of time. Don't forget honestaccurateauto.com in Colorado Springs, our friends down there, both with an east and west location. And remember, save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.